Yes, you will.
So, welcome to our new D&D campaign. So, we have, how many? 7?
7 total, yes.
7 lovely, lovely characters we are going to join on this adventure through Veligard, a small island continent that hosts the entirety of the world's races. And we did do a campaign of this before, so some events have occurred in this world that have involved these players. So this is technically Veligard Volume 2. But just as a quick setup, it's 300 years after the first campaign. Dragons have risen from the dead and have become a great menace. There's currently a massive war between orcs and humans. A demonic race has escaped the bowels of hell and has joined the mortal plane, now known as the Tieflings. And as of right now, our characters are all mercenaries and adventurers who come together seeking fortune or glory. So, without further ado, why don't we start with the introduction of this fine dandy crew. So who wants to start off? I guess
Will or George?
Will or George? We'll start.
If Will's gonna start, can you get up 1 sec so I can do this?
Yeah, sure thing.
Okay, just stand right over here. I'll sit down and I'll put this on. Go ahead, Will.
Go for it.
Alright, my name is Edard of Sabridge. Some of you, well, by some of you being most of the elves in this group, may know me because I'm a well-known war hero of the High Elf Army. To be honest, I almost remember none of it. Because during almost every single battle, I got extremely drunk the morning of and the night before. And apparently, during one of the battles, I led a last-minute charge into the castle of the orcs as the elves demanded demanded the orcs' castle because they believed they were invading. Apparently, I led the charge almost to my death as I took 3 arrows into the chest. Woke up the next morning, remembered absolutely none of it.
Damn.
Apparently, I was rewarded for my courage and valor, which I never really took credit for because that really wasn't actually me on the battlefield.
Was drunk you?
I suffer from massive PTSD due to the fact that my friends either got in my way when I was shooting arrows at the enemy, or at least
But you didn't remember.
that's what they'll told me.
They told him. That's what they told him.
Or at least that's what they tell me.
And I got pizza.
My best friend is a bottle of whiskey. I carry it with me everywhere. It's been with me since I was about 12 years old. So
God. Jesus Christ.
my father believed I was an outcast of the family, but when I came home with a bunch of medals pinned on my chest,
Apparently.
he was very surprised. But the fact that he realized that I learned nothing during my time in the military, he kicked me out, and I've been wandering around ever since. Due to my expertise in medical history in the army, a lot of people pay me.
Broken medical history.
Well, a lot of people pay me to mostly heal up people with strange diseases, and those that don't make it, are then sacrificed to my god of Voros, who every time I sacrifice one in his name, my might just gets a little bit stronger. However, I don't believe the god of Voros appreciates binge drinking, so odds are I probably won't join him in the afterlife.
Alright.
So yeah, that's who I am.
Alright, so next we're gonna go Mike. Mine's not as long as that. I didn't really prepare this, but I'm Vlors of Duran, and I'm a warlock who's been living on the outskirts of the city of Duran in the woods for most of my life. It was then burnt down by the Ku Klux Klan in Veligard, and so I've kind of been wandering around.
I didn't realize the KKK had operation in my own created continent, but okay.
Since then I've just been releasing my anger out on orphans that I've seen wandering straight from the orphanage.
Have you been sacrificing them with strange rituals and shit?
Yeah, they go to my god Duranitar, and that's how I've been enjoying my days, my Sunday mornings.
Oh yeah, you're also a tiefling. Forgot to say that.
Yeah, I'm also a tiefling, so even better as I, burn orphans alive and stuff.
Alright, so Troy, you go. Our lovely host.
My name is Turalian of the Shestendaliath clan, because I'm a Dragonborn. I had to pick that. I'm a lawful good paladin, male.
He's a good boy.
If you want to say that I have hair as a Dragonborn, that's weird. I guess I have bronze scales, blue eyes, and about medium. It's okay, I'll wait. Medium size, I'm 6'6", and I weigh about 275. I'm a level 1, if that wasn't obvious. My next level will be at 300. Should I read all this?
No, just the background. Genius.
My background. So, as I was escaping my hometown from a dragon attack with my brother Arator, he decided to take a swim to clean off the debris, forgetting that he is a bronze dragonborn, who are pretty much efficient in lightning. Taking a swim in the lake, electrocutes himself to death. Even though we're resistant to lightning damage. Oh, fuck. He died. He died in the water. What?
In case the viewers don't know, we made all these backgrounds 5 minutes ago.
Yeah. He died in the water as many elves, like wood elves, high elves, whatever, were standing around laughing. So I kind of have a very huge hatred for elves and dragons. I eat elves for breakfast. But my buddy, what was your name again?
Edard.
Edard, right? He was just passing by, and he was one of the few elves that did not laugh. So I actually have a good bond with Edard. I will not eat him.
All right, Turalian. Cool. So next we have Sean.
Alright, so my name is Drek Rodice, and I'm a lone wolf. I escaped from the Dragonhide mercenaries from the almost tyrannical reign of Gorkrash, who led the mercenaries with the no mercy rule. Weren't able to show weakness, or any weakness we had was exploited. So anyone who went near me and associated with me was often targeted by the rest of the mercenary group and almost humiliated, or just scared away. Most people I associate with, either I push away and make sure not to associate with them.
Alright, that's Sean. Alright, I'm next.
My character's name is Barial. He's a chaotic good tiefling barbarian. He grew up alone in the forest close to the city of Duran, and for the most part kept to himself. He just hunts every now and then, but stays to himself. But he's wanting to go and explore the world right now.
Alright.
I am Zars, a neutral wood elf ranger.
Okay.
Ever since I was young, I've been a social outcast. I would always play in the woods rather than playing with other friendly wood elves, because they would usually end up just making fun of me for my pointy ears.
Aren't they all elves though?
Mine
But he
were
had the
usually
pointiest.
Oh, okay.
Unusually pointy.
Okay. Okay, got it.
But my mom would always tell me that I was super special. So because
Like
of
every
that-
mother does.
So because of that, some of my friends call me very narcissistic, but I just like to call it self-pride.
For inspiration,
Actually, don't break a set. Take
So
these.
whenever I would wander
I didn't
through
realize
the
that they
woods,
didn't
I
have
would do
in
my
front.
best to survive. I would do my best to
Yeah.
learn
Just
new
grab from
things. And my mother died because of
stuff.
some high elves who decided to torture her.
Oh god.
Oh god.
Wow.
Dude, I tell you, I hate those elves, man. They're dicks, man.
They actually
They
are.
tortured your mom and they fucking laughed at my brother dying. These fuckers.
Only high elves.
The high elves?
The high elves. Those pretentious.
You're the
Hey.
only high elf, right?
What's that? Yeah, I think so.
I respect you.
That's basically it.
Alright, so last but not least we got... Oh yeah, you're Christian, by the way. No,
Christian.
yeah. Last but not least we have George.
Hello. My name is Garrick. Garrick.
God, the gore voice is coming back.
I wish. Garrick.
Yeah, alright, Tiefling.
I'm a tiefling. I'm
Third tiefling
a
of this
cursed
party.
one, if you would so say, as many have said before.
Water.
I,
All the water.
Five.
unlike many of my kind, have decided to banish or to scorn my past. Because I believe the fact that just because I was tainted by my ancestry does not mean that it changes my personality or the way I want to act. I am a tiefling, yes, but it does not mean I am not prone to good deeds, because I am a blood hunter, which means I go and vanquish those who oppose the good and innocence that is found in this world, that I believe there still is. And I will continue to fight for it, because I have been scorned all my life because of the way I look. But that will not change.
Wait, are we still talking
how
about
I
D&D?
will act.
It's okay, George. I have pointy ears too.
I do not have 20 years. I am not that weird. I'm just a demon. I have dark blood red hair and icy blue eyes. But because of that, many people do not trust me. As well, stuff to talk about. But there's some force that's been following me. And I'm not sure if it'll catch up to me at one point. So I'm fighting that at the same time. And I hope you will continue to help me on this journey as we vanquish the evil vileness of this world.
Garrett, you don't need to be ashamed. You can admit you're small penis.
And so it begins. I do have one question for you, Terrell.
They laugh every time. I was literally gonna say I'm just fucking with you because I'm self-conscious of mine.
Terrellian, I do have a question for you. Is there a difference in taste between high elves and wood elves?
Is that a fucking question? Yes.
Like, what is the difference?
Wood elf has more of like a charred taste, I guess you could say.
Oh, that figures.
It's kind of like a wood fire versus a charcoal fire, right?
No. What
yeah,
about dark elves? Ever eaten a dark elf before?
Dark elves, they're not good. I mean, I'll eat them because, like, you know.
Are they burnt?
A dude gotta eat, you know. Dark elves, they kind of taste like. Have you ever had? All right, you know, there's like different types of coleslaw, right?
Right.
Have you ever had a tropical coleslaw?
No.
Yeah, it's got like fruit in it.
That kind of sounds
Dark
good.
elves taste like rotten fruit coleslaw.
Ew. What about snow elves? That's the last time I
They're
asked.
soggy.
Yeah.
They're soggy, but it's okay.
Wait, I actually have one more question. Is there an exception to the rule? Do you eat half elves?
That's honestly like.
Do you eat a limb?
That's kind of like a lesser version. I'm not like saying like cannibalism, but you know, I wouldn't eat my own kind.
Oh yeah, of
Half
course.
elf, I look at it like I don't want to eat them, but if I have to, like, get the fuck over here, I'm hungry. You know what I mean?
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so last week we actually did have a quick session, sort of, but it's like reboot. It's weird. So, I mean, do you want to just restart the quest that we were doing before, or do you want to continue off?
Because we barely did anything. I mean, like.
Just restart it.
Yeah. I don't want to spoil anything for the.
Restart it.
No.
Okay. So you
Let's restart, yeah.
7 have. I guess it's different now. Have all been working, dealing with each other for the past couple of years, about 2 years or so. You guys have been traveling the continent of Veligard. Right now, you find yourselves in the human kingdom of Haven, north of the city of Munlek and south of the capital city, Valorheart. What's on screen now is the village that you guys are currently working a job in, or about to start working a job in.
Can you show us where we are?
Give
Use
us
the
the number, give us the
camera.
number.
Yeah, use the mouse.
Oh.
Go to the first screen and just go up. You'll see it on the mini map. That's kind of how you have to guide yourself.
That's a pain in the ass.
It is. You can switch in OBS. Go to
Nah, this is
full
a pain
cam.
in the ass.
Yeah, you're going
Building
up.
number 3. That's where you guys are, actually. That's the inn. You guys are all in the inn right
Are
now.
there any orphans in this town?
No. But you guys.
It's like roll a d20 if you could.
It's like,
lots of.
are they hiding
I
them?
can't even see it. I can't even see it.
Are they emphatic? Are they easy?
If you need to,
Oh, you can switch the camera.
switch Matt full. And then it just makes it easier for you. But then remember to
Do you
switch
know
back.
where the ocean is?
Okay. Yeah. So this is the
Sean, do you like
small
my-
village.
No, you're
I
really
ignore
good.
the name. I kind of gathered.
Quiet.
I gathered a group of maps together pretty last minute over this past couple of days. This is a small village called Sky's Reach, and the reason for that is because it's actually in a mountainous region that is very fruitful and well known for developing high elevated crops that are extremely potent and rare for the uses of alchemy and
Keep talking.
high nobility
Keep
uses of eating. And right now, one of the head farmers of that town, who practically owns the town, he recently sent a raven to your party, acknowledging that he has been losing his precious livestock and some of his crops have been stolen, and he's hiring you guys to find out what the hell is going on in his own plantation. So, his name is Gormley, and he lives in 8 right here, house 8. If you look on the map.
The one with the circle on it?
Yeah, the one right by the pond. He lives in this house right there. So that's where he lives. Yeah. So yeah, you guys are currently in the inn. It's approximately 8 a.m. in the morning. You guys woke up pretty well. Let's all roll and see how everybody sleeps. So everybody just roll their d20.
We don't
Let's,
start with that.
Okay.
how was your sleep last night? No, just roll the 20.
Wait, Matt.
I'm sorry.
Roll.
He asked me a
roll for
question.
that later.
Rolling a 20? Okay.
Oh, 20.
Oh, you slept.
I had a 9.
What'd you get?
Well, all right. In order from now on, everybody who when we all roll, starting from George. So George.
20.
Okay.
8.
9.
13.
19.
14.
9. Okay, you two slept like fucking babies last night, and you two are the first up. Ironically, because there's always been a beef between you two. You both wake up at the same time, show like a little bit of a
Wait,
little
who
stare.
Who else woke up?
Terralian and Garrick.
He's up 4-1.
You kind of give each other a cold stare.
You up too?
Yeah,
I
Terralian.
want to walk
Tyler Wade
over
hit two,
and be
two
like,
run
come
double.
on, Garrett, get up.
Are you gonna grab his hand?
Slap it.
Oh.
I can get up on my own. Fine, thanks. Appreciate it.
Just
All right,
shoot
and
some
everybody
wounds,
else
and some
kind of
wounds.
hearing the smacking and the sass coming from Garrick.
How was your
Kind of
sleep
wakes
last
up like, not again. They're fighting again, aren't they?
night? You rolled pretty high.
I slept pretty nice. I slept.
Can I open the door and
Well,
throw a
I slept
bottle?
with
one at a
somebody
time,
who doesn't
dude.
have
You
fucking,
gotta keep it.
past problems that they dwell
But you
on.
can go after them. No.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
I know you want to. You can
Oh,
just admit it to
shit,
everybody. It's
totally.
fine. We all know.
Stop.
Just open the door, bro. Just open the door. That's your first step.
Okay.
Get
Well,
the fuck out.
as you two are arguing, Edard has something to ask. Edard.
Can I open the door and throw my bottle at one of them, hoping to stop the ruckus?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Throw a bottle of alcohol.
Is it a flask or is it like a glass bottle?
It's a fully fledged bottle, dude.
So it's
Going for
glass and
concussion,
everything.
Going for
Yeah.
damage.
Okay.
Nah.
No, hey, can you just not roll and I
Look at-
catch it?
Yeah, you don't even have to roll for
I'll just catch
Look
it.
at OBS. Your head's like not even on the.
Oh.
Just you can
Catch
either
it.
sit back or lower the chair a little bit.
How are you gonna catch it?
Huh?
How are you gonna catch it?
I have like really high dexterity.
Well,
Look at the camera.
you're throwing it at their door, right?
No, I'm opening the door and throwing it in there.
Well, you
At
guys
one
are
of
all in the same room.
them. Oh.
I'm just gonna walk out.
You guys,
say
you
that.
guys are such cheap.
Chatter
You guys
it
are
out.
such cheap bastards. You only rented out one room and all shared it.
How many beds?
One bed.
Switch back to full cam.
Okay. Oh yeah, sorry about that. Keep losing the mouse.
It's gonna be kind of like annoying to keep remembering
Yeah.
that, but
Sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, you guys are all in the same room, so. Edard, I don't know if that changes what you want to do, but
No, I was just gonna throw a bottle at one of them. hoping
do
it
it from
would
your
work.
bed.
you gotta choose which
Hoping
one.
to cause
Do it for
great damage.
Just roll a 1d4 in this odds and evens.
Alright, announce it at least. Like,
Or you
odds
could just
will
roll
be
the
who.
1d20. I mean, I was just saying. 'cause-
Actually, you're a little hungover, so when you throw it, I'm gonna give you a disadvantage.
Okay. So what do I roll?
Starting
D20?
out already. Oh my
I'm
god.
gonna throw it at George.
Okay. Oh yeah, and keep in mind, if
So
you
what-
act your character, do whatever, I'm going to give out, or do badass shit with your character, I'm giving out inspiration die, which
Hell
are
yes.
basically
So Matt,
rerolls.
do it.
Yeah.
So, but they're only limited, and you can only use them one time.
Okay.
Go
Would I
ahead.
roll a d20 or a d4?
Roll a d20, but roll twice and then take the lower number.
Okay.
Add your dex modifier.
12.
I'll roll the catch.
5.
Alright, so it's a 5.
Oh,
I don't think
I-
that doesn't hit either of them.
It was a 9. So 9.
Well, it doesn't even reach you guys, so it's fine. Alright, so Edard, he wakes up all groggy and pissed off like he always does, drunk off his ass, like, shut the fuck up, and throws the bottle in your general direction, but it just smashes into the wall, and some of the leftover whiskey just splats all over and it's dripping down. It's
Haven't had
getting
your
in
morning drink, Edo.
Yeah.
And I scream, no, my whiskey! As I run over and start licking it off the walls.
Okay, okay. Oh, actually, can you roll a d20 for me real quick? No modifier.
There goes his first.
That's a 1.
You lick the wood walls and you get a splinter in your tongue.
Oh, awesome.
You get 1 point of health taken off.
Piece of glass, just like.
Yeah, some glass and wood gets splintered into your tongue.
Oh, awesome.
Now you're just like, "Ah!" Alright, so next to wake up, I guess would be.
John's just the best shit.
Oh yeah, definitely.
How do you pronounce your fucking name again?
Floors.
Vlors?
Floors off the floors.
Alright, Vlors the Tiefling Warlock wakes up next.
So I wake up and I'm a pretty peaceful guy, not really, but of course I'm a little pissed off as well because I've not killed an orphan recently. So I stub my toe because I'm mad and I kick my bed. I head out the room to go eat some food.
Alright, you're heading downstairs. Alright. Drek, what are you gonna do?
Alright, so hearing this annoying chatter, I'm gonna of course leave and I'm gonna go to the tavern.
And join him?
Yep.
Alright. What's your character? Brile.
Yeah.
Brile.
So I hear everything that's going on and I run down to the tavern as well.
Alright, so you
Fucking
three head down. Zors.
As I do not like the petty quarrels of the common folk,
Wow.
I also go down to the tavern.
Okay. Well, I guess you four all head down there. He's freaking out over a splinter in his glass and stuff.
You're welcome.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, nice.
It's just all your character names in where you guys are sitting right now.
Okay.
So it just helps.
Thank you, Troy.
Nobody needs it.
We're gonna continue on with the banter between Terralion and Garrick. So
How much time has passed since?
it's been like a minute, dude.
I'm just trying to be helpful. Wait, I'm more of like a dragonborn. I'm just trying to help, all right?
Fuck out of my face. I'm dealing with enough problems on my own. Can you just leave me alone?
You know what? We're supposed to be a team. I'm just trying to squash our differences. If you don't want...
God damn it! Stop.
If you don't want to squash our hatred, I'll turn the cheek.
Turn a cheek.
Ooh, he's gonna be the bigger man than you.
That's funny.
I throw my great axe onto my shoulder and turn around, doing that like 90s romantic movie walk out, but slowly because I'm waiting for him
Are
to
you
reply.
shaking your ass? What are you
Yes,
talking
I'm kind
about?
of like sassy. I have
Are you
I have
alluring
my
him
axe
with
on
your
my
dragon
shoulder.
tail?
Yes, my tail's going like that, and like in the doorway, I turn my head back and I'm like, "I'll talk to you later."
Wait, stop.
Hair flip.
I was waiting for this.
Investigation roll 13.
I've been waiting for
I just locked the door.
It's funny how the local the tavern bard comes up and starts playing this song.
He starts playing Marvin Gaye.
My body's
All right, Garrick, what are you gonna be doing?
I didn't mean any harm for it. It's just, I'm not here to make friends. I'm just here to get this done. And I recognize that you're great to this team and everything. But honestly, it's better if you don't get involved with me.
Just tell me what I did.
Nothing. Now leave.
I angrily throw my axe into the wall and slam the door behind me.
Okay. Edard, it's your turn.
Fucking
So you remove the glass and the splinters at this point. But you're still a little hungover. But so I guess the pain is actually kind of numb for you. So
Well,
Plus, you're the alcohol at this point. You've been drinking. How old are you? Probably like in your 30s.
couple hundred.
Couple hundred.
yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Probably in your
I forgot he's an elf. I forgot he was an elf, to be honest. So I forgot.
Oh yeah.
Alright,
I was
so
like, oh,
yeah,
God,
but like you're in your like early hundreds, so you're still like around like you're an equivalent to like an adolescent, late adolescent. So you know you've been drinking alcohol for so many years that your tongue is actually starting to wither, and that's saying something because you're a fucking elf. So
That's good.
it's actually kind of numbing to have all the splinters and all that glass that was in your tongue. But yeah, you got it all out now, and you recovered whatever was left of your whiskey on the wall. But now it looks like you need to find a new best friend.
Well, what other place to find a new best friend or a new type of alcohol than to go to the local tavern? So
Alright,
I'm gonna
so
go
you're
to the
gonna
local
go
tavern
downstairs.
and see if I can
You're gonna-
find another bottle to join my
All right,
buddy.
so
my buddy of whiskey.
okay, so everybody's downstairs at this point. You're following Terralian. Garrick, you're just going back to sleep or something?
Yeah, I'm going to I don't know, work on my alchemy.
Okay.
Work on my
You
rights.
remind me of the emo kid from Important Years Who. Like, just kind of just goes off and does what he wants, and by the end, he's like making all the noise to get Horton to know. We are here. We.
Okay.
Alright,
Alright, so down in the tavern
Says the
now.
sassy black woman.
Down in the tavern now, it is. Fuck. I forgot your names. So it's Vlors, Drek, Barile, and Zwars. You guys are all downstairs. You got the local dwarvish bard playing on his dank lute. You got another dwarf as the bartender. He seems like he's in his late 200s, something like that.
Fuck.
The crowd. There's no crowd right now because you guys were apparently the only people who stayed the night. I guess the inn had a pretty shitty night in terms of business, but yeah, you guys just walk downstairs, and the bartender and the bard both greet you. They're actually brothers. They look like they're probably related of some sort of way. So.
All right. Well, so me, I'm finishing up my meal. I'm feeling good, energized for
Oh
the day.
well, what are you getting, pal? You gotta pay for that.
Oh.
You ain't staying here for free.
Well, I'm gonna roll for a persuasion because I'm broke.
Wait, none of you guys have money?
I have 10 gold.
I have 10 gold
Oh
as
no!
well.
Technically, I think an explorer's pack starts with 50. So if that's what
Oh,
you add,
okay.
just
I
add
do have
that.
explorer's
By the way, we're
Explorer's
making,
pack
we're
is
just
not-
we're
You
keeping.
have to work on your background. Your background says how much money you
Yeah,
have.
your background says it.
So the base one is usually $10. If you were like someone that's taken away from society, it's usually like 5 gold.
So if you're like an outlander, it'd be
Yeah,
5.
it'd be
And
5
then
gold.
technically, I would have
Sage,
5.
you'd be
Oh, it's
5.
ten?
Well,
Oh,
some classes do get an explorer pack or a dungeoneer's pack.
I have an
so-
explorer's
But
pack,
it's
so
Dungeoneer
mine goes
pack
to
was the
zero.
one that starts with 50.
okay.
Explorer's
nothing.
25.
No, I know for a fact that Dungeoneer was 50. I
Right.
know
Are you
that.
sure?
I can even look it up. Go right ahead.
Alright, well, Jay, shut up. Just real quick. Shut up. Seriously. Shut up.
If the DM's talking, shut up.
The only currency that's going to be in this game is gold. It just makes things easy.
Smite.
It just keeps pricing easier. So, yeah, the bartender's like, well, what are you going to have, lad? You gotta pay.
I walk up behind him and I say, "We'll both take 2."
Last I remember, you were the last person coming down the stairs, so...
Actually,
I didn't make it yet.
I didn't finish.
I wanted to pay for a drink from him.
Yo,
Alright,
dude,
fine,
someone
fine.
hosted
but it's still Mike's turn. You
I'm
gotta
actually
wait.
just gonna
Yo,
say.
Troy, someone hosted you.
Someone hosted?
Yeah. Was that before or?
I don't see it.
It
I don't see anything.
Do you see at the end? It says like 7
Oh,
minutes.
that's up at the bottom. That
Oh,
was
that's
like
7 months ago.
Leave
Oh,
it.
okay. I was like, what the fuck?
So I kind of just say, you know what? Screw you. I don't have money. I walk out and I start walking over to house 8.
He's gonna go outside.
Just going outside.
You have to
I'm
roll a
going to that
persuasion.
area.
You have to do a persuasion.
You're not even
roll.
gonna roll a persuasion like
To
a...
walk out?
No, to like ask if
I
you could
don't-
get a
I don't need
free
food.
food. Alright.
No, I'm gonna roll for food actually. I changed my mind.
Roll for food.
Alright.
I actually,
I
as
add-
I'm walking out, I changed
You
my
have
mind.
you have the
Give 'em
persuasion
guys.
skill, right?
No, I don't.
Alright, so then you won't add your proficiency. Just add your charisma bonus.
Such a good shirt. Who the fuck's
9.
watching The Office?
9?
9.
Including your modifier?
Yeah.
First roll. Well, you rolled a 20, so he's like, "Hey, fuck you! I gotta make business too."
Hey, fuck! Hey, fuck you!
you! Fuck me, fuck you!
Yeah, he ain't having it. He ain't giving you shit for free. And now that he's gone and rolled lower, he's not. That goes with all you guys. He's not gonna bargain. For food.
So can I head
Or
over
drink.
to house 8?
I want to say something.
All right.
I want to say.
I think you gotta pay for your stuff.
I hear those dwarves over there making like chalkboard scratches instead of music.
Oh.
I'm going to offer you this bargain. I will bless you with the sound of my perfect music, and you will give me a free meal.
You don't look like a bard to me, son.
I'll have you know, if you just give me a chance, I will shine.
This sounds like a joke right now.
That's a big promise from an elf.
It's so funny because his charisma's -1.
Alright, you gonna roll? You gonna roll?
His charisma's -1.
Alright, so
You're
it's
so
another
obnoxious
persuasion.
with it. He's just like,
Oh,
fuck this
shit.
guy.
I got 18 months.
17.
Well, he got an 11,
He's
so.
just like, fuck
That's
this.
17.
It's like,
Alright. Fuck it, why not? No one else is here to hear your wood elf screeches. Go for it.
It's actually God's sending.
Yeah, whatever. Just play.
Should I roll?
Yeah,
us a
roll
song
performance
right now.
check.
No, you gotta
It's
sing,
charisma.
right?
Yeah, sing.
You gotta sing.
There once was a maiden in Stoneberry. Hello.
Got a 1. No. Well, you gotta sing it first, genius. What are you singing, pal? Come on, Chris. What are you singing? Entertain the rest of us.
he's trying to sing Chop Suey, but he fails.
But, dude, even if he does bad, he's just gonna be like, they don't understand.
Well, it actually gets whatever.
Way too hard
Since
for
you
this.
rolled first anyway, it's so bad that the bard actually gets up, yanks his gold from the bartender, and he says, "I'm going on my lunch break." So that's what happens with you.
No.
And you're just kind of sitting there embarrassed,
I'm not
kind of,
embarrassed. I'm
for a
not
second.
embarrassed.
For a second.
They just don't understand when they hear pure talent.
Alright, just fucking whatever. Alright, Drek, what are you gonna do?
So, aren't we supposed to be investigating livestock right now?
Well,
that's
you
what
gotta
I
go
thought
to
that
the
that
guy's
was-
house and
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
It's probably gonna take a whole turn from where we are, right?
I can.
yeah,
I'll
it's
just agree to go right
Yeah,
now.
dude.
That's what I'm gonna do. I think it's my turn.
I'm gonna see what type of mercenaries are in basically this tavern right now.
there's no one else in this tavern. It hasn't even technically been opened.
Oh, okay. Well then, I'm gonna head. I'm gonna head to the mill pond. You know, just see what's up over there.
Alright.
I thought you said the middle of the pond. I was like, why?
The mill just starts swimming there.
Well, you guys are here and the pond's there. The guy's house is this one.
Okay.
I'm so glad we have
Where's
such
the
a
tavern?
sexy DM.
This building right there. The little L.
just
Alright,
throws it.
so,
He's just like, ooh.
Barial, what are you gonna do? I mean, now it's Vlors and Drek outside waiting for everybody else.
Alright, go outside. Just look and see who's outside at the moment. See where everybody's.
Alright, well, Alright, so you three are all just hanging out on the porch, and you see this guy across the dirt road sitting up against one of the rocks built in the foundation of the side of the road. He's wearing this very kind of loose farmer's clothes. He looks like he's been working a field all morning, and he waves down to you guys.
Well, I'm gonna go towards him, you know.
All right, so all three of you are gonna approach him.
Yeah, bro.
Okay, so he says, I hope your sleep was very well. Farmer Gormley's waiting for you. I'm supposed to take you to the plantation. Where are the rest of your friends?
They're in the tavern.
Alright, do you want to wait for them, or do you want to go on ahead?
You hear in the distance, wait for me. And I'm kind of like dragging my axe behind me,
Alright,
making a
so
line in the dirt.
you want to wait for everybody else?
I hear the
No,
loud,
I'll
boorish
follow.
steps of the draconic paladin, and I follow outside to see what the commotion is.
Alright, so is everybody outside? Well, Edar,
Yeah,
are you gonna
I'm just. Here's the
he's the only one who seems to want to buy alcohol, so we're just gonna go to him real quick. So Ed, what are you gonna do?
Well, I go up to. Well, as soon as I come down the stairs, I walk up to the bartender and I say, "How much for your finest bottle of vodka?"
Well, I don't have vodka. That's some,
Never heard of that.
that's human-based. We only serve dwarvish beverage in here.
What's the strongest dwarvish drink you got?
I got some mountain mead, and it's gonna cost you about 2 gold pieces.
I'll take 2.
Alright, that'd be 4.
Okay.
Alright, so he
So
gives
that-
you 2 pints. And they're actually pretty big for pints. So, yeah, he takes your 4 gold and he wishes you happy drinking.
You turn 21.
So are you just gonna slam them both now, or are you gonna...
No, I'm how much would you give me for an empty bottle? So I can put it in, so I can take it to go.
Oh God.
Oh, like... Well, are you meaning you're just gonna pour it into your own bottle?
Yeah, I'm gonna pour it into there and take it to
yeah,
go.
you just pour it in your own bottle. It's
Oh,
fine.
okay.
Yeah.
It's probably like a
Yeah, your
Okay,
flask
so
is full
I
now.
drink one, I pour the other one in there, and I take it to
Okay,
go.
okay. Alright, so you're all outside now, hanging out with the farmhand.
Yo,
Everybody?
Yeah,
Everybody?
I'm gonna approach one of them.
Oh yeah,
and say,
Garrick's technically still up in the rooms.
Well, no, I remember I looked
Nah, he
out to
came
see
out.
what the commotion was. I looked out to see what the commotion was. It's the boorish steps of the dragon.
I am talking. What are you talking?
So I went outside. Can I kind of do an action? Because I kind of just like brooded in my room.
Sure, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I guess start it. Start talking to the guy. Say,
Well,
if there's any. I don't know. What's the features of the monster or whatever?
they don't know. They don't even know if it's a monster. They don't know what... Alright, well, I guess you just ask him, but he said, yeah, Gormley called you guys in because basically the entire barn has been locked down this morning, actually. One of the hands walked in, he said it was a bloodbath. No one's walked in, but he just saw the sights of gore and blood and shut the doors. We also noticed that some of our berries were stolen, along with some of our, strangely enough, some of our Tolkien weed.
Token me. I'd like to get my knowledge.
It's a medicine check.
I got medicine.
And anybody can roll, by the way, if they want to know what Tolkien weed is.
Does
And
this
what modifier?
beast happen to be?
If you have,
Intelligence?
if medicine, I believe, is wisdom. Hang on, let me look. Where the hell is the? Of course, the mic is covering like the most important part. Medicine is wisdom.
Alright,
17.
So
go with him.
17.
Might as well roll.
Proficiency.
11.
Oh, I got a 19 minus
Is
1.
wisdom?
18.
Oh. Okay, so Drek being
Yeah, 19.
Oh, okay. Well, all you guys, you 3 have a decent idea. Considering you guys spend most of your time in the wilds, I guess it makes sense. You guys know Tolkien weed is a very strong alchemy ingredient for healing potions.
any way I can investigate the wounds?
Well, we're not there yet, genius.
So we just start heading off.
Yeah, so you guys want to go?
Yeah,
Well,
just-
actually, Gormley
Okay.
does probably recommend you guys get your best equipment or any supplies you may require. This could be a long day for you guys.
I'm gonna ask Gormley who would want to steal.
Well, Gormley's at his farmhand. This is the hand.
Oh,
the
farm
farmhand.
I'm just gonna start a conversation with the
Alright.
farmhand then.
All right, what's up?
Oh, cool. It's 4 minutes.
What's up, bro?
So wait, alright. So what's your relationship with Gormley?
He's my boss.
It's your boss.
He's your boss.
Interesting.
My boss.
Good to know.
Curb Your Enthusiasm theme plays.
We're all there right now, right?
Well, I guess you could have this conversation while walking there. So yeah, you guys are at the gate of his farming mansion.
Barn.
Yeah.
Back in the barn, you're.
Well, it's this massive house with you see this big iron gate that has his name in some sort of other foreign language in it. Oh yeah, he is a gnome, so it's gnomish. But does anybody here know gnomish? Just out of curiosity.
Nope.
Yeah, just gnomish a gnomish writing on the gate.
know what we're saying?
And 2 more farmhands from behind the gate walk up, open the gate for you guys and walk in. as you guys are walking up to the front of the house, you see just fields and fields of wheat, corn, all sorts of crop and ingredients for usually what you mostly see is stuff that like plants and stuff that would be used in alchemy. So this guy must deal in a business of alchemy ingredients. So you guys walk into the big ass mansion, and Gormley's right there, sitting by the campfire. Oh, the campfire, by the fireplace, and he's sipping his morning tea. And he's, gentlemen, it is good to see that you have arrived.
Thank you.
So,
Thank you.
Can you point us to the problem, Gormley?
why, certainly, it's in the back of my plantation in my barnyard, furthest back. It's hang on, let me see. It's closer. It's this one right here. This tiny little one, right by the edge of the pond. That's one of his stables for his pride horses.
I noticed
His
that.
prized horses.
I noticed that you have a farmhand. Was anyone else injured in this attack?
No, we woke up this morning. My farmhands woke up this morning. They were the first to come and thank the gods that whatever attacked my creatures wasn't there to catch my hand or anything. No one has been injured.
Has the scene been messed with at all?
No, the hand who opened the barnyard this morning looked in, saw the vile scene inside, and just shut the doors immediately and told me. And that was about a couple of hours ago.
So you just got some stolen stuff, no possessions, no jewelry stolen, or just
Just the farmhand. As far as we know, that one barn was the only one raided last night. My farmhand who works back there later in the night said that the horses back there and the pigs and everything were completely fine when he closed the barn up last night.
I'm gonna actually try to persuade him to talk about anyone he has like grudges with.
Like, does he have any enemies?
Yeah,
kind
exactly.
of thing. Yeah, I guess that'd be a charisma roll.
Yeah, I got a +3 with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's persuasion.
I got an 18.
Okay. Do you have persuasion as a skill?
Yeah, persuasion.
Oh, so add your proficiency and everything.
Oh no,
proficient-
I got a
proficient.
+1, +2. So
Okay, so 18.
Oh.
No, I've lived a very stable, legal life. I've never crossed anybody, at least that I am aware of.
Gormley, I need to ask you, why did you choose our particular group? I mean, we aren't I guess,
It's because
most
we're the
trustworthy.
best, that's
group.
why.
Like your wood elf friend says, I've heard you guys are the best local hirelings. Yeah.
Sell swords.
Sell swords, I guess so. Yeah.
Alright, so I see.
At least in the local area.
So
Nice, Will.
I'm gonna head over there, you know?
All right, so Gormley gestures to one of his other farm hands who opens the back door for you guys, and you follow him. Once again, you trot through the fields, realizing that the fields itself are getting thicker and thicker as you're getting closer to this barn, almost as if like the path you guys are walking on is slowly closing in on itself and diminishing. So eventually you guys come to the barn, and the hand actually doesn't walk all the way up to it. Instead, he's like, "Well, that's it. Everything's in there. Everything in there hasn't been touched. We haven't really investigated the outside much, other than the suspicious blood trail up against the wall on the eastern side."
I'm gonna ask the farmhand when he has a chance. You have the chance.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
I'm
we're gonna
asking
do.
the farmhand.
You guys can give notes to
So
me,
you pull them on
so
the
I
side.
guess it'd be
You have
fair
to
if you
show
could
it.
pass sticky notes along to
Yes,
everybody.
that's why there's sticky notes
Oh.
here and here.
So yeah, you guys can
You-
write
you
if your
three
character
use that one,
wants
you
to
just
do
use
something in private or whatever, you could write it, and then
I mean, if anyone's watching.
Yeah, true.
You actually do have somebody. I don't know who it
Now we
is.
can
but-
stream stuff.
Oh, God.
Alright, let's split up and investigate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
anyone want to investigate the actual,
I'll look at the bodies, you know? Or like, not
you
the
come
bodies.
with me. Anyone who's coming to see the bodies and wounds, who has a stomach for it, come with me.
I got you.
I'll come along.
I don't think they're gonna be.
Oh,
able
no,
to
they
read
don't
this.
have to read it. They don't have to read it.
Oh, okay.
They
Oh,
don't
you're gonna
have
ask
to
the
know.
farmhand for that?
I'm asking the farmhand if he has something for that.
No.
Write something back if you want.
No, I don't need to. He's never even heard of a potential item like that you're looking for.
Then I
Let's
kind
go.
of just,
He's never even heard of something like this before.
Okay.
He's completely shocked.
I
when
kind
you
of
actually
just
tell
put
him.
my head down and say, I guess I'm stuck like this.
Who's going to investigate the bodies?
Okay, I'm
I
gonna
am.
go.
Well,
inside
one at a
the-
time. So let's. How about everybody roll an initiative, just so we know in order.
With the 4?
Do I use my initiative advantage? Yeah.
Sure, I
Yeah.
guess.
With the 4-sided dice? Or?
Are we doing
You're supposed
D20s
to-
or are we doing D4s?
Do D20 because like if we have the negatives,
Mhm.
it's just easier that way.
Okay.
Okay.
George starts, remember. Oh, of course. It doesn't fucking matter.
16.
I got a 1.
Not in
Alright,
order.
so
in
wait,
order.
again,
in order.
again, in fucking order.
16.
I'm gonna say it again.
Okay.
16.
Here's-
Good.
Where is it?
You don't have a D20.
It's right in front of you.
Oh, I didn't see it. It's dexterity? Oh, 7. I know.
But it's like
7. 16, 7, 15,
1.
19.
19. So you're going first.
6.
It's just ordering who
10.
goes first and not.
So
But I gotta go.
Yeah, we'll just do whoever goes first. So we'll start with Terralian, and then we'll work our way this way.
Okay.
So Terralian, you're the first. Are you using that?
I gotta go.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. Yeah.
Actually, Edard never made it out of the tavern. He was too busy drinking. It's at this point you guys realize, wait,
Glad you came,
where's
bro.
the high elf?
Dude, I'm glad you got your character and everything like that.
Yeah.
Our healer's gone.
Yeah, your main healer is
See
gone.
you guys later. See you later.
Love you, bro.
Your drunken healer is
So you
gone.
won't ruin my
That's why I can manage with a fighter because I got this ability called
If
Second
you
Wind.
want
And it heals me.
Oh, you
so-
chose fighter? That's
Yeah.
fucking lit.
Okay, I was about to
You didn't
say.
get Christian
We'll
set?
see you at home.
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
Careful, careful.
Alright, see you guys later.
That's it.
Oh, wait, that reminds me.
Go make it throw that out.
All right. So it's actually at this point where you guys all look around and realize that Edard never came with you. He's still at the inn, getting shit-faced in the morning.
It's like one on another.
But you guys are kind of like, fuck him. He's an asshole anyway. So.
Asshole high
All right. So I guess we'll start with Terralian and then we'll go Vlors.
So I kind of just do whatever the fuck I want, right?
Yeah. So the farmhand, by the way, at this point he leaves. He says, "I'll leave you to your business," and then he leaves after you told him about your thing.
So that slave is gone.
It is dark in here, right?
What? Wait, guys, seriously, you need to shut up when I'm talking to somebody. No.
It's like good that slave is gone.
Oh God. Slavery is actually illegal in the Kingdom of Haven, so.
It's dark in here, right?
You haven't opened up the barn yet, so.
I thought we were inside. Okay.
No,
can I
you're
try
on the
to open
outside.
it? I thought he opened the door. Sorry. Okay.
No.
Can I open the door?
He showed you guys to the barn, and then he's
didn't
like,
get
"I'll leave you to
closer.
your business," and then left.
Okay. So can I attempt to open the door?
Yes.
Do I have to roll, or is it like unlocked?
It just got a pitchfork stuck in the door handle, so you
like
just
strength
remove it.
roll to remove it?
No,
How
you
you
get
lift it?
you could actually just open it. You're able to just open it. So you yank the pitchfork out. Do you want to add it to your inventory? I mean, you can. I think it's technically a weapon.
Technically like a javelin. I'll just add a javelin.
Yeah, if you want to.
But that's the farms. I'll keep this.
Lawful good, my ass.
So I take this javelin and just put it in my
Thunk.
infinitely sized backpack.
Part of it just like.
He doesn't have any room in his pocket, so he puts it in the front, and then he goes. You
Okay.
just add the javelin to your, and you pull open the barn doors, and it's pretty dark in there, but in the light that you can see, you see a massive pool of blood in front of you.
What I will do is I have a blanket.
By the way, is anybody watching the stream here?
No,
I am.
My phone needs to.
Is anybody else watching it?
It says we have 2 viewers. It's me and somebody else, so I don't know. What I do, I'm going to use, I have a blanket. I'm going to take the pitchfork I just used. I have a tinderbox. Wrap the blanket around the top of the pitchfork, light it on fire.
Okay. So you start a torch.
I don't have a torch.
Just asked.
Do you have a proficiency
That's
in
fine.
tools?
I do not.
Can you? You'll have to roll for it. Just roll for see if you make it. All right.
You got a 4.
you struggle with it. You have the tinderbox. You're like, damn it, fucking yeah. But Terralian's just struggling to start up his own torch right now. But while you're doing that, we'll go to Vlors. So Vlors, the barn's now open. You have dark vision, I believe, of 60 feet. Yeah, you're actually able to see all the way to the back, and you see this violent, disturbing scene where there's this massive pool of blood right at the entrance, and it's from leading to a skinned horse right near the entrance. In the back left-hand corner of the barn, like up against the wall, you see 3 pigs who have been sliced open and seem to have all their organs gone. And there is something in the right corner, but it's a little hard to see. And if you want to see it, you can make a perception check.
Hey!
Keep talking. Shut up.
No, I'm telling. That's all I'm telling Mike. Like, if you want to do a perception check,
Yeah.
all right, just roll. It's a wisdom. Add your wisdom modifier. And if you have a proficiency in if you have a proficiency skill in perception, you add your proficiency bonus.
I don't only investigation.
Okay.
That's not a piece.
Shut up.
19.
All right, so yeah, you see that one of the cows. One of the cows. Well, every animal in there is dead, but one of the cows specifically has been hung up on its hind legs and has some sort of strange symbol carved into it.
Oh, you wanted to
So
On its.
do I recognize a symbol, like, or do I have to
You'll have to take a religion check.
maybe a history? History?
Religion is intelligence based.
It's like on a crack, so should I just re-roll?
Yeah, just reroll.
In between?
Bitch, it's a 3.
No, it's like
That is more than 3. Reroll, it's fine, whatever.
I don't know. I mean,
I can't see, so I don't know.
Plus intelligence, you said?
Yeah.
15.
You do recognize the symbol, but you're kind of having a hard time believing it. It's the symbol of the Shadowborn cult, the cult that worships Morgoth. Oh, for those who don't know, there are 8 gods and 8 demon gods in this world. The first demon god was the main antagonist of the first campaign, named Morgoth, who was a fallen ancient. He was one of the 2 of the last of our ancient species descended directly from the gods. He became corrupted, evil, and wanted to destroy the world with an undead army. And the legendary heroes that came before you stopped him at the city of Veligard. So, there's actually a statue commemorating those heroes at Veligard on their battlefield. But yeah, Morgoth has essentially, since his mortal body, Morgoth was eventually trapped in his own hellish domain for all eternity, and now it is believed to the point where he's ascended to godhood, and he now has a cult of remaining followers who seek to have him return to the mortal plane and wipe it all clean. So that's a basic summary of who Morgoth is. So, you recognize the carved symbol into the cow's carcass as the symbol of the Shadowborn people.
Alright, so I just inform everyone so they all know.
Okay, so.
Thanks for letting us know, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate it.
Alright, so, Garrick, you have a strong history with demons and evil magic and such. So what are your thoughts on this Morgoth symbol carved into this cow?
Well,
or just in the barn in general. I don't know if you want to investigate the cow.
I'd
This looks
actually like
familiar.
I'd like to actually investigate the actual type of wounds that is
On which
to
animal?
see what kind of
There's the skinned horse, the gutted pigs, or the cow.
because
The
I'd
pigs.
like to see
Okay, so
what type of
yeah, it's gonna be a
demon type cultist or whatever.
It's
I
gonna
have an
be
advantage on this throw, by the way.
investigation. Let's do investigation. Why not?
She was not surviving.
No.
Oh, I do have on intelligence checks too, so it's okay. I have advantage on this, and it's what is it again? Investigation.
Yeah. So
Which is
intelligence.
intelligence. 15.
Okay,
plus
so
2. 17.
all right, you have advantage, right? So roll again.
Oh yeah,
right.
I can roll again. 15 or 19.
Oh, so you actually walk up to the pigs. Again, you're a tiefling, right? So you have dark vision as well. You're able to see all this. So you walk into the darkness and investigate the 3 pigs. You notice actually that all of the pigs seem to have been cut with the exact same blade.
There's only one person.
Whatever the blade was, it wasn't. Whatever happened to these pigs wasn't clean. That's for damn sure. Because there's no other sign of wounds, so they did this to these pigs alive, and that's how they were killed. So it seems like this blade that cut through them was some sort of embalming tool, but it must have been like rusted or bent. Like the cut doesn't seem straight and clean. It's like very all over the place and jagged. It's very dirty and
So not
gross.
precise whatsoever.
No precision. Yeah.
Can we make like investigation checks? See if we know.
Well, you don't have dark vision, right? And you're still.
No,
fucking
but I
around
have
with the torch.
intelligence checks which can get my mind on.
Take mine, let's see.
On my mind.
Okay, so you
I
can.
remember
Yeah.
of this situation, which is has
This was
advantage.
empty, dude.
20.
So, you kind of speculate that the embalming tool that they must have used was some sort of knife embalming tool that is usually used to cut open, fuck, I already forgot. I literally lost myself. It's some sort of knife-based embalming tool, but judging by how jagged, like you recognize what kind of embalming tool would be used, and it's very straight and clean. But looking at this, you must assume that the embalming tool was either really rusted or perhaps broken.
So we used embalming tool. It must be someone who is.
And embalming tools are technically used for ceremonial purposes.
So this was what they were probably after. These pigs, these were cut on purpose. In that aspect, this wasn't just random killing of barn animals.
Oh man, that's not getting annoying anytime soon. Alright, well, yeah, you come to the conclusion that,
I'm
of,
sorry,
like,
I guess.
the murder weapon, whatever, at least of the pigs.
So
And, yeah.
we can understand that this wasn't done by any new. This is a person who's done many things like this before. This has got to be a pattern somewhere before that I've racked in my brain or something like that. You know.
It does seem familiar. A sacrifice like this actually does seem... You've never seen it before with pigs, but you've seen a cut, or this sort of sacrifice has been seen before, where cultists would carve up sacrifices and steal their vital organs to burn them, or to eat them, or whatever that would please their certain pagan god. Pretty hardcore.
Fucking cultists, man.
So, let's see, Zars, you have dark vision?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you want to go right into the barn?
Yeah, I want to check what's gone from the pigs.
You're also going for the pigs?
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you gonna check out?
Check what's gone.
Oh, like inside? Okay.
Investigation, I guess.
Yeah.
9 plus 1 plus 2 is 12.
So you kind of like open them up a little bit more, and you could tell that like literally every single organ, heart, lungs, intestines, stomach, everything except for probably the brain, which is lodged in the skull, has been removed. The only things that remain of these pigs are bone and muscle. And even some of the muscles torn off due to the fact they're attached to some organs or such.
Can I see if I recognize any ritual with the sword?
Do a religion check, which is intelligence.
9 again. Plus 1, 10.
The way you see it, you're like, it's just some cult. This is probably something they do.
They're not intelligent enough.
Precisely.
There's probably like a blood trail somewhere. I mean, if he took a bunch of organs with him.
Well, the entire floor is
They
like
could've
covered in
easily
blood.
covered it
The
up.
entire
like
barn
outside
floor.
the barn.
They could have.
The farmhand did mention there was a blood trail outside of the barn.
Did all of us
before you-
walk
Good
inside?
thinking.
Well, now it's Barial's turn,
I
so
guess they're
he
not
hasn't
that
walked
smart
in
as I
yet.
thought.
He's still at the front. So what do you want to do?
Is there a way I can like walk around the farm?
Yeah,
Just look
it's
outside?
totally open around.
Alright, I look at the exterior.
All right.
Like a
So investigation, yeah. So add intelligence.
That would be -1.
Oh shit. All right. Well, just roll. Let's see.
5.
Well, you kind of just wander around.
Just window shopping.
You actually walk right past a massive blood stain against the wall, but then you turn back around and you're like, "Oh, that's blood. That's not good." And you actually notice it's this big splatter of blood all over the wall. It must be like 3 feet, a 3 feet like circle.
Okay.
And it kind of smears off down onto the floor and leads into the crops.
Can I do I run back and tell everybody?
If you want to.
Can I do that? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead.
Just
just sprint back,
Yeah.
like, guys, there's something out there. I don't
Yeah.
know what it is.
Yeah.
Where is it?
I'm not going
alone.
alone.
There's this big circular thing, at least with the other plants. We gotta go check this out.
Alrighty, so I'm just gonna actually just start following the trail.
Okay, so you're gonna follow the trail. Is anybody gonna join Trek?
Yeah.
Oh,
Alright,
you,
he
and
can lead-
you
he can
are
lead
in the
it. It
barn.
seems like
You're
we're
still
all
at the
going.
entrance, so you can if you
We'll
want.
use him as
I'm
bait.
going, yeah.
No, it seems that you're gonna take the lead, and we'll just follow you. Okay?
Sure.
Wait, so
Alright.
well, I imagine you two are at least. You're all the way in the back of the barn with the pigs.
Oh, okay.
He's all the way in the back of the barn with you. You kind of just looked.
I thought we all
at the
went.
cow.
Didn't we?
Well, they can go.
I kind of just
Oh,
wandered
okay,
off.
no.
That's
You,
what I
you
did.
three go. Barial, Drek, and Terralion all decide to venture into the crops to investigate.
Alright,
So
well,
why don't you three make perception checks, and it's at disadvantage because you're in thick crops.
Oh, wow, okay.
Perception is also wisdom based.
Hey, whoa! Why'd you roll twice?
Because he said disadvantage.
Yeah.
Disadvantage.
I got a 2.
Technically,
So take the
you said
Two?
wisdom, so
Yeah, take the worst one.
I'm hard as shit though.
Sorry, it's
Worse?
just the rules, dude.
Of course, the second one.
Alright, well, what's the highest?
10.
Yeah. With your dragonborn keen senses, though, you're able to smell the blood, and you're actually able to detect that it's it's not one of the farm animals' blood, but it's not a human or it's not a humanoid's blood. It seems to be the blood of either some wild animal, perhaps like a wolf or a deer, something like that.
I had the choice of animal handling, and I probably could have been like, hey, maybe. Okay.
Or like a tiger.
Yeah, but you actually lead the you three kind of stay in a little formation together, side by side, traveling through the crop, and you kind of you can't really see the trail. It just gets to the point where it just disappears. There's no sense of clearing or anything.
Okay, so I'm gonna take out my greatsword and I'm just gonna start cutting the trail to like almost clear our vision.
All right, so do you want to roll real quick?
Yeah, that's a strength check?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
I
a
got
farming check, bro.
19 plus 3.
And it's your great sword, so it's probably like a 5 feet reach. Yeah, you just clear 5 feet of crop in front of you, and you're able to look at the ground, but you don't find anything. So, yeah. Barile, do you want to do anything in the crop before we go back to the barn with these guys?
No, can I like say the term? Like, just
Well, you could investigate again if you want to. You can
guess,
try
yeah,
perception,
I guess yeah. I'll
but again, it will be disadvantage unless you move closer to Drek's area.
I guess I'll walk back to the barn just to see what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
come back.
So you're gonna walk
the
back.
pigs
All right. So back in the barn, Vlors, you're still in the kind of the middle of the barn.
Well, I'm gonna head out and I'm gonna head toward where Drex is.
Okay.
And,
So you two are kind of just swapping.
can I just roll an
so-
investigation there or two? Or,
Huh?
Can I roll an investigation too? Or no?
Yeah, sure. But it'd be
Might as well.
no perception, but it'd be
Perception?
disadvantage unless you go in Drex.
Sure,
Yeah,
cut
yeah,
down
that's what I
area.
said.
Okay, yeah.
I
Then
understand.
it'll be just be normal. So
Alright.
just roll once. It's wisdom.
19. Call it 19.
So you, so Drek kind of just wildly swinging and then looking. He didn't really bother to like clean out the rubble that he caused. So you kind of just pick up some of the crop, and as soon as you do, you find a severed leg of a elk.
That's
Well, I'm gonna throw that in my bag for food later if we're hungry.
All right. Well, there were like flies all over. It looked pretty gross.
You know what? We're gonna leave it there.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right, so back at the back of the barn. You are still checking out the pigs.
Yeah.
I don't know if your investigation's done. You're gonna check the cow or the
Yeah,
horse.
I'm going to which one was the one that had the symbol on it?
The cow, the hung up cow
Yeah,
on
then
by its legs.
Then I'd like to definitely investigate
The Morgoth symbol, or
because I've seen a lot of
cultists.
I guess cultist rituals in the past, so I would like to see that compared with the embalming knife as well with the symbol, you know,
If it was the same tool. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah,
or
go
if it
for
was
it.
different aspects.
And you have advantage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything dealing with demons or anything like that. 19 first roll and 5, so 19.
No. Yeah, it's the same tool. You can easily tell it's the same exact tool. Actually,
how precise was
it's actually
horse?
funny. It's almost as if the closer you got, the less you recognized it as a Morgoth, as the Morgoth, the Shadowborn cult symbol. It's almost like at a certain angle, it looks like just a mess of cuts, but turning a certain direction to the cow lines up the wounds to look like the symbol of the Shadowborn cult, which is actually just Morgoth's god form. It's his horned head with crossing Shadowfell fire. But it's hard to recognize kind of in a cow, but...
And the horse, I was investigating
the skinned horse?
Yeah. Is it as messily done as the pigs?
Roll to check.
See if there were multiple 18. Is there multiple people attached to this, or is it just one?
This, however, unlike the pigs and the cow, is the only clean kill here. It seemed you could tell that the horse's throat was slit, and judging by the age of the wound, the throat was cut, and then the horse was skinned. And it's clean. Like there's no skin left on this horse. Like it's perfect. There's no sign of any over puncturing or anything like that, or a botched skin. It's almost as if like the skin's horse was just a blanket and it just went whoosh, like it just comes off.
Now that I have all the clues, is there any way I can see if I recognize the ritual?
Yes, you can. Well, that's the thing. Actually, you don't get the sense of the ritual could have been done here. If anything, you could probably sense some sort of divine sense on the cow, but you're not the paladin type.
Mm-hmm. Hey.
Or the holy type.
Hey.
We're far
But
apart,
you know what? You do have some sense of demonology, so I'll give you. I'll make it a history check.
History check. We'll do this. Wisdom.
That is intelligence.
But I do have advantage.
But yeah, you're just basically trying to find out if this was
18.
the place of the ritual.
18.
It is not.
It's not the place of the ritual.
But it seems that some sort of dark magic was called by this symbol. And this cow was actually a sacrifice to this smaller ritual that seemed to have either benefited the killer somehow, or perhaps it caused the rest of the animals in the barn to die spontaneously, or something. But you know some sort of small ritual was done here, and you don't know how many people or whatever's could have done it.
I mean, now that I've done investigating that, then I realize that this isn't the main place we should be focusing on then, right? Mm-hmm. We should move on to somewhere else. You guys are off somewhere else. I mean, I tell that Toby, I guess, Bilal and everyone's here.
It's amazing how seeds can get lost when the barn is 5 feet in front of them.
But also, at this point, Barial, you're at the entrance to the barn, and you have dark vision, so you can see perfectly.
So, I need to tell you about what I found. I don't think the ritual benefited wholly in this place in the barn. I think this is in a place to distract. Why else would it be so open or so vicious and vivid for a farmhand to just come upon it? We need to find somewhere else.
You're telling me this happened somewhere else. This is just a distraction. We need to go. We need to go back to the crops. Search among there.
Maybe. I mean, you were there. Did you see anything?
We saw some blood.
Yeah, he actually doesn't know about the leg. because you found it and you guys kind of just passed each other, so he doesn't know about the leg. So.
I would say it'd be best if we start moving over there.
Let's go in.
All right, so you guys all meet up now in the crops. So
I'm
at
gonna
this
get the
point,
elk's foot. I want the elk's leg.
oh, all right, you want to add it to your inventory?
Oh,
Yeah,
he
go for
has
it.
it. Oh no, he left it.
Yeah,
left
it was
it.
all
It's
covered in
covered in
flies. Make sure you put rotten because it's
Okay.
disgusting. But
I'm not a picky eater.
yeah, you guys all make it back to the
Now you have a
crops.
disadvantage on charisma.
Does anybody? Do you guys all want to try rolling perception again, or just take a look around to see what's what I can tell you that's just basic information? Or
I know it's perception skill.
Just like.
well, I can tell you real quick. I guess the field that you guys are in is heading closer and closer to the woods here. It's heading in this direction.
And which one? Which one? Was
It's
the barn?
heading northeast. The blood trail is led you northeast.
Which one of those buildings was the barn?
This one, the mouse is on right now. So right into those woods.
Okay.
So,
You go first.
so I'm gonna just like look around. Are there any like swarms of flies? Maybe they're on another piece of the elk or
No,
something.
you don't
know?
hear or seem to smell any or
rotten flesh.
or hear the buzzing of any more
Wait,
flies.
what is George's character's name?
Garrick.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to Garrick and I'm gonna ask him, what did you learn?
We learned that this ritual, although it seems like the place was in the barn, it's, I believe, just a distraction in that aspect that there is not a strong sense of magical energy or holy energy, was it?
Unholy energy.
Unholy
Demonic energy.
There was a bit of it, but I don't believe that the main ritual was
Here.
here in that aspect.
Did the ritual look finished at all?
Well,
I'll just answer that for you. Well, it was finished, but it wasn't meant to be the main.
yeah,
Just meant to throw you
I
back.
believe
Yeah.
it was just a
Well,
small ritual.
it was a ritual, and it
Small
was
one.
complete.
Part of a.
But it might be part of something bigger, because it's known that cultists are able to cover their tracks through mass killings.
Okay.
They're able to hide their sacrifices through mass murder.
Alrighty, so what type of animals were sacrificed?
It was a horse, cow, and pig.
I'm gonna show
Pig was missing organs.
Okay.
The horse was skinned perfectly, surgical precision, and the cow had the symbol. Were you the one who saw that one?
No, I just
That
walked
was
in the
me.
crops.
That was you.
Yeah.
He's here, right?
Yeah.
He was the
yeah,
first
We're all
one to see it.
together.
And you, well, I mean, you saw that it was the symbol of Morgoth, right? So
Yeah.
we do realize that it is the cultist, but there's more than one.
There has to be multiple ceremonies, probably in different places.
So we need to find the root of it, because we need to take away from this aspect, because I don't believe there's anything else to learn from here.
Well,
I say we
personally-
You know
Okay.
what? I forgot. As a paladin, I have divine sense. What it does is within 60 feet, I can detect if there's any celestial fiend or undead.
Mhm.
Can I see if there's anything around
Go
us?
for it.
That's good.
Okay, I don't have to roll for it. You just.
It's just you.
So,
you just,
I'm
you
using
just go on
divine
your mind.
sense.
You do
do
sense
do it a
something.
bit more. Do a bit more. Like
You do sense something back at the barn.
Do you think they're gonna target the horses?
So I'm gonna start walking towards the barn again.
Alright, so what I this is
You're not
what
going
I
to tell
think
anybody what
personally.
you're feeling?
I'm going to I guess technically these guys will be right next to me. In a fast motion, kind of like hit them to
Troy's?
gesture to
To
them.
rally.
So, yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
if you guys want, I have the list.
I have
Since-
this right here if you need it.
Yeah, I can go.
I'm going to gesture to them because they're closest to me. Kind of like hit them and be like, "Guys, let's go," to let them know to tell them. But I go quick.
Oh, so you hustle back and you're
Yes.
just like, guys, I feel something. Okay, so you run back in, but again, you're the only guy here who literally doesn't have dark vision other than Drek. So you're.
I find my pitchfork on the
Are
ground.
you gonna try
'cause
to
I just
spark it
left
again?
And I'm gonna try to spark it again.
All right, roll for it. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, what time is it? Like,
Oh yeah, I forgot. At this point, it's like no, it's like 9. It's only been a couple of hours
Yeah.
since you woke up. I mean 10. Yeah, it's been like 2 hours since you guys woke up.
By the way, we
What
gotta-
type of modifier? Anything?
No, actually, survival.
By the way, we gotta leave at like 11:15.
So
we still got-
okay.
technically 17.
Yeah, you're able to light it.
Just
Okay.
FYI.
Mhm. All right.
It's a good amount.
So you're able to see the skinned horse at this point, which is like right next to you.
Go for another investigation.
Then. Well, technically that's 2 actions. I ran
Yeah.
and I lit it. So okay.
So Vlors, it's now your turn.
I'm
going to like kind of shout out to him and be like, "Hey guys, Terralion says something back at the barn. I think we should all head back, and then I'm gonna follow him as well. And I guess that's it.
What's gonna be your action when you get to the barn?
I'm just gonna roll an investigation on the back of the barn.
It would be perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Okay.
To see.
I have perception.
I have no idea what that is.
19.
19.
Damn.
You do notice something as you see the entrance of the barn. You see something drop down from the ceiling.
Oh, I guess you're still.
Right above the cow, by the way.
The entrance to the
There you go.
There we go.
Alright, so I'm gonna lay down my theory to these lovely people. Alright, so I'm gonna take out the elk's rotten leg, and I'm gonna say, so there's 4 different animals being targeted. I feel like maybe the horses are next because they hold value.
There were already horses that were skinned.
But remember, his stable is that other building,
Yeah.
right
Who's
to
to say
the
there are
right to the
horses?
south, I think.
So maybe we should watch the stable tonight.
What's your flaw, by the way?
I don't wrote it down.
Huh?
I don't know if I wrote it. Yeah, I don't know if I wrote it down.
You should probably write that down.
Bad at improv. Okay.
Alright, so after showing them
Shitty
that,
at playing D&D.
that's why I always roll off.
You're not wrong.
But no, that's very interesting that you say that. It makes a lot of sense in that aspect. I mean, the next part of the ritual could be in the stables, in a
Sorry.
larger area.
What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to the farm head. I'm gonna talk to him about this. I want one of you guys, maybe 2, to head to the the horse stable, and then I guess one of you just go back to the main farmhouse where the incident happened with them, because I know they want someone with them.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of you wants to come with me to the stables?
I guess I'll come.
Okay, you're gonna go warn them in the barn.
And I'll head back to the main farmhouse.
Okay, so now it is. Let me hear the groups one more time.
Okay.
Who's with who right now?
Me and Barry are heading off to the stable house.
Lors is technically with me.
Mm-hmm.
We're already at.
You're at the barn.
The barn, I meant, yes.
You're going to. You 2 are going to the stable. Barile.
No.
Okay, you 3 are going to the stable.
So we're all for 3 then?
Christian's heading
I'm
off to the
heading
barn.
to the main
Oh, okay.
farmhouse
So
to
it's
inform
Barile
the
and
not
Garrick
stables.
who's heading to the
Okay,
stable.
You're heading to the stables.
Okay, hold on.
You're the barn house that you 2 are at. He's gonna meet up with you guys, and I'm gonna head to the main head house, the main farm head, to inform him about basically what's
Thank
going
you for
on.
complicating it. Stables. You're going to the farm.
No, that's clear.
No, I thought it was clear.
I'm not going to say
Yeah, I thought it was
You
clear.
guys are.
What are you confused
Me and
about?
Garrick are going to say
Dude, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2. That's the group. 1, 2, 3.
Now that you're bringing numbers into it, you really fucked me.
Sure, it's not very hard. I don't know.
Group A, Group A, 1, 2, 3.
What
Group
you
B,
Group
1.
A is basically
1, 2.
all right. So
There we
group
go.
Now you're bringing letters.
Alright, shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Everybody shut the hell
I
up.
have no idea.
DM's about to smite us.
Fucking Vlors, Terralion, Zwars, you guys are in the barn. Drek, you were going to the farm, the main house,
Yeah.
to inform the farmers. Barile and Garrick are heading to the horse stables, which is this building here,
To investigate.
to investigate. Now everybody gets it.
Okay.
Good.
Whose turn is it?
Who just went last? Drek did, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to Terralion.
Okay.
You just no, you didn't see the creature actually drop.
I didn't go.
Or the thing drop. Oh, you didn't go? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you could go. Sorry.
So, I'm at the place, right?
You walk into
You
Yeah,
walked
you
into the barn.
So is that one action game?
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
then can I just
at
roll
this
perception
point,
then?
by the time you walk up behind, up to the door, Vlars has seen the thing fall from the ceiling right next to the cow.
Did you see anything suspicious?
Nothing. It just all of a sudden it fell from the ceiling as if it was
No, the cow didn't fall. Something else
How did we identify?
above the cow
You guys
fell
haven't identified it.
onto the
Yeah,
ground.
well, yeah, I know. Something fell though. Like I never said it was the cow. I just said something fell.
Stop
Let me investigate or perception.
It's perception.
Okay, perception. percept 12 wisdom, so 4, 16.
You look toward the base of the ground, right next to where the cow is, and through the fences guarding off the pens and whatever from separating all the animals, you see a claw come over and a pair of yellow glowing eyes before it darts to the other side of the barn into the darkness, behind more cover.
You guys, there was something weird over there by the cows. There was, like...
I'm sure Turalian's freaking the fuck out right now. He can't even see it.
There was a figure.
What the fuck are you guys
He's just got a torch like...
Turalian goes...
I saw a big Goliath. His name may have been Gold.
Throwback.
And I just kind of like look off like,
Troy's wife.
that's so Raven. I go,
That was my character.
That's so
That was my character.
Wait a second, is this the same farmhouse where we all met in?
not only
That was
did I
like
fuck my
the-
wife, in a rage, I killed my wife and my daughter and burned my house down.
What? I'm the reason he became a death knight, which is this cursed whatever.
Undead
I was the
warrior,
reason
yeah.
because
That's
of
pretty
it.
fucking metal. but
Who
also-
actually,
so good.
who actually prayed to Morgoth, but we'll get to that later.
It was so good.
That's so metal.
The Death Knight.
So
Actually, I
nice.
forgot to mention in terms of lore now, the Death Knights, Wrathion has taken the Death Knight order and has taken them away from Veligard. They have disappeared.
There's no more Death Knights?
No, well,
I'll never see my old
well,
self and be
they
like, "Oh!"
took your ships.
That was
They-
300
they-
years ago. You're
Wrathion,
dead.
they
Yeah.
took Rathion's ships and have sailed to the sea, and they haven't been seen since.
Hidden boss? What?
Wait, what species were you? Definitely? Or was that a
It was
class?
a dark elf.
Well, he was a dark
Became
elf fork, and then in canon he's an orc.
Yeah.
Wrathion is an orc.
One of these motherfucking campaigns, alright? I'm gonna buy a goddamn boat. And I'll sail in every
To
direction
find your dead corpse.
to find, yes.
To find
Not only my most
Well,
likely.
technically, all the Death Knights are immortal,
You get,
so
like, your
they
old
could be
weapon.
still out there.
You get like your old. Or you
We
can
just
do
find
like
like a frozen
like a
island,
mentor.
and he's just sitting there.
He's actually the new Lich King.
Okay.
Whose turn is it then?
You just went, right?
Well, you guys went to the stable, so maybe.
So,
Yeah,
but
we should probably-
Turalian just went, so now it's,
Oh, back to me.
yeah, it's back to you. It's of Lores.
Yeah, because we're still at the barn, right? We're still in the barn talking with these three guys, right?
Well, you guys are actually on your way.
it's
Burial
No, we're
and...
talking about 1, 2, 3 are still at the barn.
Yes,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah,
The
we're
situation
currently
right
in
now,
the barn
in
right now.
This motherfucker.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Alright, so, he describes to me, like, the creature. Well, actually, no, did you?
Yeah.
Well, he said he saw
So,
something.
like, I
Yeah,
think
did
we
you?
should-
I saw a
Even though
figure
we have
with
to-
yellow eyes. There was like a claw
but you
kind
go
of
with
thing. I
You
don't know.
oh,
I
you weren't
think-
able to
Even though
you were
the
not
two
able to
people
identify
like
what color of the
just,
skin
like,
it
Not
was.
as much as we did before.
Alright,
I
so,
don't know. I
But
think
yeah, all you saw were
You're
four
right.
fingers with elongated nails
Yeah.
crossed
it
over.
darted away.
Yeah, it darted away to like a dark side of the barn.
Alright.
And it's still in the back. And it could definitely see you guys, so it knows it's trapped.
So, me being a Surmid of Duranatar, I know from reading books and such, you know, in my old
Demonomicons.
house, about some certain demons and creatures that serve, you know, other
Demon
gods.
lords.
And I'm gonna do is it investigation or perception?
It will be a no, to investigate the creature itself. It wouldn't be perception. It would probably be nature, intelligence.
Alright, yeah, so I'm gonna see if I recognize maybe what type of demon
Recognize its figures.
possibly be.
Its figures.
+2 is intelligence, you said?
Yeah.
20?
I don't know how the fuck
20.
that's
Yeah,
done.
but it's not a perfect one.
Judging by the yellow eyes, the
Just
claw,
You can't see.
and you actually did get a hint of it darting across the barn. It ran on all fours. You can come to the conclusion that it's ironically a feral, a creature that is known to be a human. Well, the beginning, like the second era, you guys are actually in the 5th. You're nearing the end of the 5th. So this Earth's been around for quite some time.
One
So
way to find out.
in the second era, a group of tribesmen in the ancient times who left their kingdoms formed this band of a pagan, and they formed this own religion of their own under a pagan god who no longer is worshipped or even is remembered. But they committed most of their time, and they lived in the swamps north of Ellisted in Haven, and they happened to run into they happened to get caught by the Haven soldiers, I guess, who were patrolling the city of Ellisted, and they chased them further into the swamp until those people disappeared. It's rumored that those people became lost in the swamp and became so disfigured and distorted that their descendants soon became the Ferals. So the Ferals are green-skinned humanoids with elongated claws, feet. They aren't known for using weapons. They have razor-sharp teeth. They operate more like animals. Their hair is... They give off this potent stench, and their hair looks almost like seaweed. Like, they just look like horrible, disgusting monsters.
I think he goes from like
Do you want to convey this information?
Not entirely wrong. Except less zombie-ish.
No. He's the only one who knows it because he's demonology.
He percepted it.
Oh yeah.
So
like,
you percept
I
that
kinda
it's a
just,
feral that
He
was
just
scurrying
says,
around.
It's a feral. It's like the fuck.
Alright, so is this what I investigate? Is this thing like
Oh,
hiding?
also, I forgot. Ferals tend to be known to hunt in packs of up to 3 to 10.
Well, is this thing like hiding behind something now, or do I see
It's
it?
now hiding behind what looks like the water basin
Do
of
I,
another.
do I see
quiet.
it? Do I have like vision? Like
No, it's hiding now.
Okay.
It's hiding behind cover. You saw it darting across, and you're like, "Oh shit, that's a feral." That's pretty
Do
much.
you see
well-
where it's hiding?
Yeah, it's on the opposite side of the cow. It's what would be the pig pens, and it's hiding behind the water basin.
Alright. Well, I'm gonna end my move, but I'm just gonna say one thing real quick. Is like, it doesn't really make sense why. How are they there exactly? Because it's not like they caused the ritual.
Oh, and also,
So-
ferals are obviously known to be in swamp areas. Moonlek is not known to be very swampy. It's a mountainous region.
Unless the people like put them here, like it doesn't really make sense. You know what I mean? Like how they got here and everything. So
I'm gonna take the pitchfork. I still got it in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
Now how far am I from? You said it's hiding by the cows, right?
Yeah. Well, it's moved across the barn to another pen, but the entire barn from the front door to the back is approximately 45 feet.
So I'm
45 to 50 feet.
basically gonna throw a 45 foot.
So you're gonna throw it and burn it out, essentially.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna throw your flaming pitchfork. Alright, so just roll a d20 and add your dex. And if you have, what's up?
Keep going.
No, I was just gonna...
Please keep
I was,
talking.
I was thinking it was... Would that be athletics or... That wouldn't be acrobatics, but would it be athletics?
Probably athletics, I'm assuming. If you're
So it'd be
throwing
strength then.
something-
Yeah, it'd be strength, actually, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
So actually, re-roll. Why not? Because you probably
So
rolled
it's
some shit.
strength with athletics.
Yeah. Strength is
Shit,
athletics,
that's what you
acrobatics is dexterity.
You have a
9?
+2 for proficiency in
Yes. So technically this is +5.
Let's.
And you're strong as fuck. I think he's the strongest character here.
So what?
10?
10.
Okay. Well, you don't really need to be accurate to burn the thing out. So you just kind of hurl the thing, and it lands in the hay next to the pig corpses, and it starts to spread. The fire starts to spread. And the feral immediately ducks behind its dark hidden cover and now charges to the middle, and it draws out a very rusty, disgusting sword. And again, ferals, being animals, are not known for using weaponry.
strange.
So y'all three roll initiative real quick.
Wait, D20 we're rolling?
No, we're doing 20s now for initiative.
Oh, not. Oh, yeah, you're.
Yeah, we're doing d20s now.
Okay.
It just makes it more easy to track.
Package.
Alright, it's gonna roll initiative as well. It's
10, 16.
got a 15, so let me finally use the computer.
Oh fuck.
Alright, so...
Just one? That's weird.
Oh god, your
Failed it
numpad
all
is really
just by
sticky.
itself.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wonder why.
No, I spilled Coke on it.
Alright,
I'm
so...
trying to clean it.
Wait, what was it again? It's 10, 10,
16.
Alright, so Terralion is the first to react after hauling it out.
So I'm going
Beat
to.
its ass.
I don't have anything. Actually,
I'm so scared of this thing.
I'm too far to attack it right now,
Mhm.
and my speed is 30. So what I will do is.
Actually, it has moved up out of its cover, so it's about 40 feet away from you.
40 feet. Alright. I'm going to. First action, I'm going to move 15 feet forward and actually use my breath weapon. Whereas he has to make a dex saving throw.
Okay.
And if he doesn't get 11.
He takes half damage.
No, I deal 2d6.
Okay.
If it's not at least 11.
So, should I roll now?
Yes.
Okay. It's Dex.
Then I get nothing.
It's Dex?
Dex.
He rolls a 13.
Fuck.
And this is your lightning breath?
That was, yeah.
Okay. So how much damage did you do?
I failed.
Oh, wait.
I
You
failed to hit him.
did you roll to hit him?
That was.
Oh, no.
You have to roll to hit him in the first place.
I completely forgot. 20. Haha!
Alright, well, 20s are critical hits, so
Okay,
you
so-
basically roll normally and then you double your damage.
Oh, it's double damage?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not gonna roll
So, yes,
twice. That's
now-
just ridiculous.
Sure, roll.
Now. you
Now I
for
roll.
dex,
Okay.
yes.
Sure. I wasn't sure.
No,
This
that's
is
actually
something-
how it
doesn't
works. You
work.
roll
It's
after
like
you,
before you
if
did
he
like
knows he gets
so-
hit.
something like that.
Gets a 14.
Motherfucker!
But technically,
should
you
we get
still
disadvantage or
do
something like
double
that?
damage.
No, he doesn't do it.
Because you got a 20.
He doesn't do shit.
Yeah, he doesn't.
You got a nat 20, right?
So I guess I should just hit with my great
You got a
axe.
natural 20, right?
Yes.
You do.
But you're
I
hitting him
was
with the
trying to
lightning.
use
No,
my
it
breath
doesn't
weapon
hit.
to hit him.
Oh, so
It
it doesn't
doesn't
hit.
hit.
But the breath
Are
weapon
you
didn't
sure
hit.
it doesn't do any damage?
No, technically, if he dex saving throw, it's a saving throw.
Oh, because he kind of like.
So it missed
Dodges.
because he.
No, and then how about I'll roll again and I'll do disadvantage. How about that?
I was just gonna say use my great axe, but if you want, it's up to you.
He's too far for your great axe because you would have to move 30 feet and he's 40 feet away.
Right, and then I still have like 5 feet.
You're get closer, please.
Walking knife.
There's a force field.
Well, that's even better. He rolled a 3 that time, so he'll take full damage.
Does it? Okay.
So what's the
technically,
damage?
it's
Does it now?
Wait, dude.
I deal.
The first one isn't just half
fucking
damage?
course.
If he gets a dexterity saving throw, it does half damage.
What were those numbers there?
Technically, it just said.
It's just one
damage.
feral dude. They don't even have that much health,
No,
so
no.
it doesn't matter.
I only dealt 3 damage. I got a 1 and 2.
All right, then he's
Well,
still
times
alive.
Times 2.
Oh, 6 damage.
6 damage.
Oh.
So, crit.
Okay.
There you go.
No, he's still alive.
Uh,
Oh, it's 10:02, by the way.
Do you want to take a break?
I mean, you
We
could
don't
kill
really
this
do
thing
that
real
much, to be
quick.
honest with
Trust me.
you. Yeah,
Like
we
the
do.
next person who hits it's gonna kill it. I'll be
I mean,
honest.
I mean,
so.
the beginning
You
of
guys
the
need to
campaign's
piss or something,
slow
go
as shit
ahead.
anyway.
Alright, who was
I'm
after?
taking a piss.
10.
I'm gonna go get water.
So
Wait, no,
you
he
want-
goes. He had
Oh yeah,
15.
yeah. The feral goes. So he's actually gonna charge forward and swing with his rusty, disgusting sword at Terralion.
Anyway, me and Burial could do do our adventure.
Yeah, we'll continue yours actually.
Right?
Okay, here, that's it.
He doesn't hit him anyway.
Yeah, while they're in a break. Actually.
So you want to finish him off?
Yeah, I think to myself, what a lowly
if you can.
beast.
Yeah, it's pretty disgusting.
I think to myself, what a lowly
What
beast.
a lowly beast. I can
Disgusting.
Just finish this dude off
Disgusting.
with my long bow. I got a 9 plus 3. That's a 12.
That hits his armor.
Hey!
Hey,
It's not actually but the good news is the
One
feral
wound.
isn't wearing any armor other than its loincloth.
Ooh. I take off.
But ferals have always been known to wear like very ragged
Unless the feral.
clothes.
Budget.
I say we make him a pet.
4.
You can try.
4 damage, and you did. Yep, that kills him. Excellent. All right, so the feral is shot right through the heart and just gives out a horrifying screech and just and dies.
How pity.
What?
How pity. Okay, so you guys, real quick. So I guess technically after it's Flores' turn. So what are you gonna
Alright,
do?
I'm gonna go check
Investigate.
out this blade. Maybe
Okay.
if it has anything to do with the ceremonies of a specific blade or what's going on with it, Do I roll for that?
No, you can tell it's not an embalming tool. It's an old rusted iron sword.
Oh, okay.
But it's so rusted, like it's given off this green tinge to it, and it's like half broken. It may as well not even. It barely even works as a weapon. It barely functions.
I don't even know what to
But
do.
but the thing that does scare you is the fact that you have found the first feral in history to ever wield a weapon. So,
Spooky.
Oh shit! Kill it with fire.
Well, if this thing like murdered the animals, where did it put all the guts and everything?
well, that's the thing. It didn't murder all the animals because that was used with an embalming tool.
Oh.
It doesn't. The weapon doesn't match.
Fuck.
Okay. Well, in that case, I mean, there's not really much to do there after that. I guess I'll start trying to meet up with you two at the stables.
Can I take back
Nothing
my
else I can do.
Oh, you need a. Yeah,
Well,
you should
actually,
kinda do
well,
what
you
we
guys are
were
done, so let's go to.
Yeah, you guys left.
Do you two? I guess we'll do you two, and then
Alright.
Shaggy will go after.
Actually, can I go first?
Oh yeah, because
Drag? Okay, yeah, I
Okay.
guess so.
So
Because you
I'm
left first. So.
I'm gonna hear the screech. Because I'm walking back.
Actually, roll perception to
Okay.
see. You're walking to the farmhouse
Wait,
or
how
the?
about you roll?
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
the
walking
big house.
out of the. So I'm gonna just see if I hear the screech.
Okay, yeah,
How
just
about
roll
you
perception.
Roll D20 to see how well the talk with the farmhand went. With the
Well, I will. I just want to see if I
If you hear it.
Oh, I got a 3, so I didn't.
Yeah, it's a far walk, and
Okay.
it was contained within the sounds of the barn, and the barn's on fire now, so there's.
The bar's on fire.
Oh, we should probably put that out. It's a good thing I left for the stables.
It's alright.
I just left it.
All right, so you're on your way
Sorry,
back
I'm
now.
giving you
So do you
five.
want
I
to
don't
roll
really
to see
understand.
how
Well, you
Gormley
need to fight
reacted
too.
to
We're
finding
good.
out about a
Fuck
feral?
it.
Oh,
Well,
wait,
you don't
told
know-
us about- yeah,
No, you don't know about the feral. I guess
That's
about
why
the
I wanted
ritual.
to see it.
Yeah,
I
about the
heard
fact
it.
that it's a
So
ritual.
now my information is gonna be a bit skewed, but you know I'm still gonna try to. work
You
with it.
all that your character is,
No.
all Drek is aware is that
There's
it,
cultists that are around the area.
and this isn't likely their base of operations for their ritual.
Oh my.
So Gormley is actually waiting outside to meet you, and he's. Have you come up to find anything yet? Have you found out what happened?
Well, we see that there's a lot of cult activity. Do you know what is that? Death Knight. That Death Knight that invaded. That
Morgoth?
Yeah, I think that's the one. Well, my character doesn't know like much history. It's a mercenary.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
clever.
Who's, wasn't there an old tale?
Immersion.
Tall tale.
Yeah, wasn't there an old tale about some kind of death knight?
So there's this real weird cult going on. We're assuming that they're gonna attack the farmhouse next.
The stables.
The stables.
Yeah.
Stables next.
Pair defenses.
So I think we might stay over the night in the stables if you're fine with that, even though they're prize horses.
I would much rather you being there than any of the local town's guard. Please, thank you.
All right. Thanks.
But thank you for informing me. And I urge you to head
Yeah,
back
man, you
to
owe me
find your
some,
friends immediately. I hope
Okay.
they're all safe.
I'm gonna start
hope
the
they're all
farmhouse.
And Gormley's so terrified by the fact his barn is caught on fire. He has a heart attack and dies. The end.
No!
We take all of his money.
Nah, but we're gonna go.
Oh, nameless.
So we're gonna
Barry,
go.
We're gonna set the burial in
So
Garrick's.
Barial and Garrick.
Yeah, bro.
Barial. The tiefling barbarian and the tiefling blood hunter. You know, you guys have a little bit before you're getting to the state. You see it over the horizon of the crops, but you know you're still walking along the path. So you guys want to just chat a little
Yeah.
bit, or
What do you think we'll find over there?
I'm not really sure, but I'm glad to have another tiefling in this group. because it's-
everybody's a racist in this group. How do you guys stay together?
It's just, it's honestly just, it's tough to have lived our lives, you know, and it's good to have someone who can relate to that aspect.
It's been a while
Yeah,
since I've
I
seen
should
someone like
inform
me.
you guys a little more about your tiefling culture, I guess, and this helps Flores too. Tieflings are the most recent race to ever enter Veligard. The city of Duran came to be because a portal opened from one of the 8 hells, and the tieflings were the folks who escaped. They were apparently a crossbreed between devils and the sinners of that hell who had been assaulted. So the tieflings are sort of bastard children over all these tortured sinners for eternity, and they entered this world at the they tore a fabric through the multiverse and were able to enter the mortal plane at what would eventually become the city known as Duran. And they built this massive brick structure and eventually became a city. And Your folk have always been mistrusted, obviously, by all known races who
we're
consider
basically
themselves
living-
religious or lawful or
Build the
just
wall.
tieflings are naturally mistrusted, if more than any other species in
Among each
Veligard.
other, is it kind of aristocratic? Like kind of.
Your government at Duran is a council. It's a oligarchy of the founding families.
Okay.
Man,
I also just wanted to.
what do you know about being a bastard? All dwarves are bastards.
It's in the father's eyes.
Anyway, I just wanted to say, although I have kept you at an arm distance for this long, I do appreciate the service that you've had with this company.
Thank you very much.
I was ready to hear some.
Barial is a very
Some
soft-spoken barbarian. I'm sorry.
But like he gets like this gruff voice when he goes into rage.
Yeah, you don't like Barial when he's angry.
He's like
He
so
grunts
soft.
like softly.
Alright, so, you guys bond over the fact you're both outcasts in this strange new world. Bicker about the races you despise, whatever. I guess it's more of Garrick
dragons,
bickering
right?
about people, but Barial's sort of listening. He's more of a quiet guy anyway,
Listens
so...
and nods,
Yeah,
listens.
you eventually make it to the stables, and, it's not good. 3 of the farmhands at the gate are all killed. All of them killed the exact same way. Their throats are slit, and the gate of the stable is slightly opened and swinging in the wind, with the lock completely cut the chain.
Well, I brandish my great axe and say, "What do you think could have happened?"
Alright, so you want to roll perception to see if you hear anything?
That's good. You ready? You ready?
I believe my foot's
But
smack.
we need to be careful, okay? We don't know what's gonna be in there.
So why don't you both roll perception to see if you hear or see anything else around the bodies? Like footprints or...
Oh,
Oh no, he got a 1, didn't he?
Our cognitive boy.
Okay.
That, that's wisdom, right? Perception.
Yes.
That'd be 11.
Well, you look around first. He lets you go first, being the demon expert. So you kind of travel a little closer to the bodies, look around, you see this scurry of footprints and a mix of boots, but scratches in the dirt. And you can't really, like, you knew a fight happened here. A fight. Well, maybe not a fight, but a scuffle. You kind of put your ears up closer to the gate, and you do hear some very sinister cutting noises echoing in the stables. Barial, you hear a clank on the metal roof of the stables. You look above you, and there are 3 ferals staring down at you two with arrows drawn.
Ooh.
Roll initiative.
Okay.
Am I anywhere near them? at this
And they're
point,
gonna
or
have
what?
provoke attacks, so they're actually gonna go first.
I was walking.
19.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna roll initiative for them after the 3 of them shoot you.
Oh.
That one misses. That one misses. Does anybody have AC 15?
I do.
So he's gonna hit you, and I guess he'll hit you because you're the one who looks up at them. So they're just gonna roll for damage. Yeah, 2. Just 2 damage, and the arrow is the arrow gets lodged right into your shoulder.
So I
And,
can like barely lift up my.
all right, so now they're gonna roll initiative.
The other way.
Oh,
That one has
Totally, yeah.
oh,
11.
thank you.
They're all
Oh.
gonna go before me.
7
Oh, okay, thank God.
and 9.
Okay.
11, 7, 9 for them. So how high is yours?
He's
19. So you go.
So that means if you level up, you can roll 1d8, we'll take a set 5.
Well, so you both notice him at this point.
Now,
Yeah.
an attack. Do you know
Have low health.
how attacks go? So you
The
have
tieflings, the ferals are about 15 feet above you,
15 feet. Okay, so you need to be 5.
and they're currently
length
loading.
away.
They're currently loading they're currently reloading their bows
So do I,
to shoot
grab
you
some of
again.
my range
So
weapons?
your speed, if you look at it, It's 30. So in an action, you could walk towards, and that'd be one action. You could do 2 actions in a turn, or 1 attack in 1 action. Is it or?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
An action and an attack.
Yeah, or 2 actions.
Yeah, so you could move farther, or etc. You know.
How much farther is he? Like, is he closer to the stable?
You guys are like 15 feet apart.
Okay.
And so you're 15 feet away from the stable, and then the ferals are another 15 feet up on the roof,
Okay.
right at the edge.
I'd probably like grab one of my range weapons, right?
Do you have any ranged weapons?
Yeah, I got a javelin.
Okay, so try throwing a javelin at one of them.
How much damage a javelin does?
I think they do a d6.
It's a d6.
1d6? Okay.
Well, first you have to roll a d20, and then you add your dexterity modifier because it's a ranged weapon. And if you have a proficiency, in like ranged weaponry, you'd add your proficiency bonus,
You have a proficiency
and
in
then roll your
simple
d20 to
weapons.
see if you hit any of them,
That's +2.
Okay, so
and see if you hit their armor class.
Nat
Wow, nat 20. Okay. So you hit one of them automatically. It doesn't matter because they're all exactly the same. So roll your d6 and then double your roll.
God, I miss school.
6 damage. Okay, so one of them shoots you, the middle one. He shoots you directly in your left shoulder, and you're like, "Ow, motherfucker! I just stitched that wound." And you yank the arrow out, and you realize before you throw it to the ground in anger, it's kind of like splinted up, and it looks like the arrowhead is like a rusted half arrow metal. It's really disgusting looking too. But you just hurl it to the ground, grab your javelin from your pack, and just wham and throw it. It stabs the feral right in the gut, but it doesn't die.
Fall off the roof.
It falls on its back and stumbles.
Next would be one of the feral's turns, and then it'd be my turn, the feral.
So the feral is going to try to shoot Belial.
Yummy.
It got a 1. In attempts to firing its very hideous-looking damaged bow, the bow snaps and breaks in its hands.
Okay. Cool.
And it actually whiplashes back. It hits him in the face, and he'll take 2 damage. Why not? Okay. So it's now yeah. It's now Garrick's turn.
I noticed Belial being barraged by arrows.
Yeah.
Like the alliteration.
And I ready my darts. I cast immediately, just because I've done this 1,000,000 times. Rite of Frozen onto my dart, which
You don't need to roll for that, right?
no,
It's just yeah. Okay.
but it
Is
does,
is the right a cantrip or is it a spell?
it's actually a thing that reduces my health
Yeah.
every time I use one of them.
Yeah, basically the way blood hunters work is that they sacrifice their own health points by either cutting themselves with and using their blood, or basically taking part of their life essence and using it to create a magical effect.
So basically, it's kind of like just attaching a rune to it. But
Exactly, but you are the rune.
yeah,
So you subtract your level, I believe. So you
It's
just subtract 1 hit point.
so it's 1. I'm at 10 at the moment, and also subtracts my maximum as long as the
The right is inactive.
Mhm.
You
Okay.
have 10 remaining?
Yeah.
How'd you start at 11?
So 1d10 plus Constitution.
You got a
Plus
10.
1.
Oh, I got a 10
Well, he has
too.
a 10.
Roll a 10 for health?
Yeah.
No, you don't.
You
roll the
start with
first
a
one.
10.
You start with 10.
You start with your hit die
You
max.
start with your hit die.
You start with your hit die max.
No,
Yeah.
no, not no, based on your class. So
Oh,
Warlock
yeah.
is 6, different ones based on your
No, I have
class.
1d10.
Don't remember that being a
I have-
fucking roll, but
I have
alright.
1d10. Like,
Why did you not put 10 as it plus your?
Yeah, it's
Constitution?
your
what
hit
you
die
start
is your maximum.
That's
That's what you're
after
supposed to
each
start
level.
with. Because what happens if you end up with 1 HP? That's
Yeah.
stupid.
That's how it
Wait a
is.
minute.
Wait. We've all rolled for like our health. I got a 10.
That's
Why
not
did you
how
roll
it's
for your
supposed to
health?
go.
I don't know.
The hit die when
I'll
you,
make
the
the
hit
point
die
about
is for when you level up. You roll that die
Alright,
to see how
well,
many
so
points
let's
you
start with
gain.
Yeah, we
Or
all
Or
said
if
we
you
did
don't want to
take
take,
Start
the
with your
points,
hit die.
so-
or if you don't want to take the risk, you take the 5
I
HP
have 9
Yeah.
12, actually.
or half.
Now I'm sad.
You just
'cause I
take
got
the
a
half.
10. I wasted my 10 health.
So I
Yeah, so you
have
have 9 health.
base 12.
Yeah, you have base
Oh,
12, so I
nice.
guess now you have 10 right now because they only did 2 damage to you. So.
Well, plus Constitution.
Oh yeah, and plus your Constitution.
Okay.
That would be plus 2.
So-
14.
because of that.
So now you technically have 12.
So now I do 1d4 elemental damage with this dart, and then I aim it. What is it? At one of the.
Are you gonna aim it for the one who has the javelin in his stomach, or one of the other ones?
One of the healthy ones.
Okay,
The one
so-
that doesn't have his bow broken.
Okay, so roll. No way.
I was gonna say that was a
thought
really
he's the
long.
one.
It was a
like. Did you see
It
that
was
though?
like-
It
it was
slowly
hanging
went
off,
back.
really.
It was a
Is-
19.
Is it a 1 or is it a mid?
Slowly
Like,
went back to a 1.
okay, so when you try to blow your dart, you're actually kind of new to this.
No, I didn't blow it though. I threw it.
Oh,
So you blowing darts?
you throw it, you kind of mistime the. Well, one, you kind of mistimed your throw, and two, you kind of trip over one of the dead bodies. You throw it, it bounces off the wall, hits you in the shoulder, and roll your own damage.
Wait,
Fuck.
can we
And
stop?
don't you have
What are
double
we doing
damage
while
because
Fight's
you're
going on.
you have fire resistance, so you have cold advantage against you or something like that.
Where are you guys rated?
All right, just roll the damage. It's fine.
We're
3
still in the barn.
No, okay.
and 4, 7.
I started
Fuck.
walking towards you guys, but I don't know how close I am.
Wait, it's 2d4.
Oh yeah.
1d4 for a dart.
Oh, we
and
did
then
your help,
1d4
hurry up.
for-
Oh, wow. Okay.
So I just did 7 damage to myself.
Okay, so would any of you you'd be heading to them or are you
Yeah,
heading to the barn?
He's heading to the
Yeah, I
stable.
saw-
Okay. Dude, what does the cold do?
I believe it's
Does it slow me down? Does it?
let's see.
I would imagine slow as right.
If you're completely frozen, it restrains you, but
Well, no.
as of right now, it's only like a part of your body that's just a little chilly.
Okay.
So you're fine.
Alright,
You're not
so-
frozen or
I
anything.
guess
far
if
am I
I
away from
practice
the
the
barn?
magic, I think I have a little
the
bit
stable?
of it, you know?
How far am I away from the stable at this point?
From the farmhouse. You came from
You know what? You are just running up. You run up and you see the ferals on the roof.
Alright, do I roll initiative or do I wait for another?
You roll initiative. But I'll let you go anyway, so.
Like attack anyway, you mean?
Yeah.
9 plus 10.
1. Like 10.
10 is mine.
Oh, okay. But yeah, we'll
So
keep that
it's-
in mind for now. So again, it's 10, 19, and 8.
What?
Your initiatives. Just so I know the
9.
order you guys. Okay, 9. Okay, so yeah, you go.
Alright, so I'm gonna try and use Eldritch Blast.
Wait,
Mhm.
you guys made it to the stables?
He made it.
He went to the stables.
I was walking there from my last turn, and I just didn't make it till now.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna use Eldritch Blast. So
So
I'm
you
trying
just got like thrown
Now
into
there's
this.
the one that has a
Let's see
bow
what
and a
happens.
full
I
health.
wanna
There's one
see
with a
some
javelin in his
bosses.
gut, and there's one with a broken bow.
I'll attack the dude with the broken bow.
Okay.
And I'm trying to
Roll
also,
your
like,
d20.
force push him
And
off the
it's
barn.
your charisma modifier and your proficiency bonus that you add.
13 plus 5, 18.
Okay, so that hits. And then you're gonna roll your hit die for that spell, and then add your charisma modifier.
Add my charisma.
Mm-hmm.
9, 12, and then do I add my bonus for arcane?
Oh, you
As a
have a
skill?
proficiency in arcane? Yeah, you'd add that. Yeah.
Alright,
So-
so 14.
You fucking vaporized them. God damn.
Nice.
All right. Well,
Nice.
Eldritch Blast is a force spell. It's this cackling
so
energy that
Oh yeah.
lunges out of a
Who's-
warlock's hands. It's a warlock's special spells. So it's like a kind of like a lightning bolt,
Shut up.
except it's
Only I can see
force. It's like a force energy, but you
Thinking
could kind of
like
see
Palpatine or something.
it. Yeah. But,
Which
Unlimited power. But yeah, you see Vloros running through the crops like a badass, like
And then he goes, just, like,
unlimited
throws a force
power.
and
And it hits which feral were you hitting? The one without the bow?
Without the bow.
So you see a
From the
cackling.
past.
It's almost like slow mo. You see a cackling bolt of
I
force
just see it
energy
go across.
cross the sky right above you, and you're like, oh, and it hits the feral right in the face, and it just blows a hole.
Head is gone.
His head is gone, and his body falls off the stable and just lands right next to Garrick.
That's dope.
So first kill of the campaign goes to Flores.
Wait, didn't you already kill him?
Someone killed the first.
Yeah.
The Pharaoh.
I killed it, Pharaoh.
No, you didn't.
Shut up.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I know, yeah. We just cheated you at it because you're a narcissist. I'm surprised you didn't take it
And then-
all on.
and then-
Like, I'm the first to
Like
kill.
as soon as he comes back, he's gonna be like, I was.
I just want everybody to know I was the first to kill.
Alright, but
Because I'm
anyway,
first and everyone
yeah,
needs
you
to
blow
know.
his fucking head off, and
Easily.
well, it's the first one shot
Who
of
attacks
the campaign.
next?
So I guess now it's the top, so it'd be Belial.
This has been the best D&D campaign in the history of D&D
campaigns.
It ever. I'm just letting everybody know.
So I guess I can't climb this.
You can. It'll take a movement and your action.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics check. So it'd be strength. No wait. Yeah, dexterity check.
Alright, maybe I'll try that. Alright, I'll come up.
All right, roll your d20 and add your dex modifier. God damn, no way.
What the fuck, man?
Yo, your guys is way.
All right, I'm just gonna keep this one easy. He slips, falls, lands on his back. He takes
Hold on, let me see your D20.
Wait, I want to feel
4 points of damage.
4 damage.
Yeah.
Belial, you take 4 damage from
God
falling.
damn, in real life, I'm a damn good climber too. Like,
Like, dude, if this was real,
If this was real life, I'd be the best climber of all
Yo, fight
climbers.
me IRL, bro.
bruh.
You little tiefling ass. Fight me IRL.
Yeah, tieflings aren't really known for their climbing ability, I guess.
horns get in the way.
Yeah, the horns got in the way. Alright, now it is one of the ferals' turn. It's the one who you stabbed in the gut, so he's gonna get some payback.
I don't believe that anymore.
Man, we got about like 30 minutes left before they gotta go.
I know. We're trying to rush this.
Yeah.
16. He's gonna hit you. 4 points of damage.
I'm dead.
No, we got like 4 left.
Wow.
Wait, do we start with health
So
potions?
now it is
We
your
had a
turn.
healer.
You know, I don't need health potions.
My turn.
Yeah, we didn't go to the town to pick up.
I want to
anything.
use
I have
Eldritch
hands.
Blast again.
You're gonna use Eldritch Blast again? Okay.
1.
No way.
Yes.
Okay,
So-
roll a d20 for me.
13.
No, so what happens if you roll to die and you roll a 1?
Wait,
Do you
Wait,
not
wait,
die?
who would roll to die though?
I want to blow
You
my
have to
brains out.
sacrifice yourself. Maybe there's a fight where every time somebody dies in the party, the boss loses health.
Like you try to
Yeah.
like,
Crazy,
yeah,
everyone
that's-
dies.
Does everyone become a wraith after that, or what?
What happened?
Technically,
How
in
cool
my
of a
campaign,
class
there
would that
is a
be?
fight where you're supposed to die.
That's cool.
What if
That
there was
is
a
kinda
race that was a wraith?
But I'm not going to tell you when.
What
that
was it
fight
again,
is.
Mikey?
Alright.
What do you mean?
What was your roll? Just your d20 roll?
13, I think, right?
13.
What? Half human, half wraith.
Before you guys leave, I do
You
want to ask a
have
question about
advantage on your next attack
Yeah,
roll,
of course, sure.
but you don't attack.
Bitch.
I have advantage
On your next attack roll, but you didn't attack.
That's it?
You flung your hand out and nothing happened, but in your next turn you have advantage on your next attack roll.
Oh, that's
Lucky you.
That's not a bad one at all.
Lucky you. Alright, but that's your turn, so.
Alright.
Unless you want to, like, move. Like,
I'll,
well, I guess you're good at range anyway, so you're just probably gonna stay.
trying to
Wait, which
take
one
some
died?
cover right now.
The one without the bow.
So was that the one that had the highest?
Yeah.
Are we gonna bury it?
No, I'm done.
Okay, so
So,
then it'd be my turn.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm kind of low health at the moment. So, as one action, I'd like to open up the barn. I would like to open up and seek refuge in the stables.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a good idea.
So just barge through into the stables.
There are 3 more ferals in there,
What I was gonna.
and they all turn to look at you as they're slaughtering one of the horses alive.
That
And
makes no sense.
the second action will be to use thaumaturgy.
To use what?
Thaumaturgy.
Oh, right, thaumaturgy. Okay.
Oh,
How are you gonna use
wait,
it?
I think I
Isn't that one of the
think
things
you
that-
maybe
what?
know what I'm doing right now.
It's a cantrip.
They have 3s on the opposite fucking side.
I don't know, though. I mean,
What?
I'm not sure it's what you think I'm doing.
What's up?
What did you think?
I don't know.
Guys, keep
Well,
talking,
I
keep
forgot all the things about thaumaturgy. I know it does multiple
This is when
things.
it's D4.
Can you
Doesn't
like
make any fucking
disguise
sense.
your character? Like change your
It
look?
makes zero sense.
Like, roll it on my hand.
Okay, then I have a general idea
Wait,
what
aren't they
you
already
could
looking
do.
at you?
Yeah, they're already.
Now, what the
looking
fuck
at
is
me,
that?
So like I transform them.
I don't
around.
know.
I was thinking
It
of
makes
Who's
no
it?
sense. That's
That's
my
Walter.
How
Right,
is
yeah,
it?
yeah.
What the
Makes
fuck?
no fucking sense.
His D4 doesn't make any sense.
What the fuck? retard did this? Oh, I get it. It's supposed to, like, when you land on, you see the one right over here.
Oh, on the bottom?
Yeah, that's so fucking stupid. What the fuck?
Stupid.
Wait.
Oh yeah, George is right because that all lines up. The number on the bottom, that's a 1.
You get it? It's the bottom number. That's so stupid.
Oh.
Yeah, is it in focus?
That's so dumb.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah.
That's so dumb.
You see, my dice has the top.
Oh my
Yep,
God.
everybody does. Alright, anyway, back to...
So, thaumaturgy. I'd like
Who's
to
behind the computer?
use thaumaturgy to elevate my
Okay,
voice
thank
into a booming shout.
Alright, so
I
you're doing
can scare
intimidation.
off
Okay.
the pharaohs.
Okay. Alright, so do you have to roll for that, or roll intimidation?
I guess. I got charisma plus 2, so
Yeah, you might as well roll to
What's
see
your
the
intelligence?
efficiency of it.
I'm gonna do
Avoid that question.
10 plus 2, 12.
Let me see how they respond to it.
Please don't, please. 3.
My intelligence is +2 this campaign.
They didn't like it, but they ain't running away. So they
Okay.
let go of the horse, and now they're starting to walk to you.
All right. What is everyone else doing? So like we could like maybe send reinforcements.
As far as I know, Turalian and SARS are still at the burning barn.
Okay.
They're beating it.
So can we like do a little round so that we can start heading over there?
Yeah, well, after that, let's go to the other guys. So you are back at the barn with
Is
those
the
two.
barn on fire first and
The
foremost?
barn is now on fire.
Oh my god!
We're not getting paid.
What happened?
You run in and you kind of find Turalian and
I draw my
Turalian and
greatsword
Zors.
immediately.
They're just kind of looking at the pharaoh like, huh, and they're just in the middle of it, and there's just.
I'm thinking
and,
like
the beams
cultists are like
falling.
around us. Where's the cultists?
Tarian's just like, what was it me?
What's my name?
What was it? Turalian? Turalian.
Yeah, you run in on these two guys just kind of chilling in a burning
I
barn.
see one like down pharaoh.
And one
What
dead
happened
pharaoh.
here?
Alright, I'm gonna open up my Paladin Librum, right? My little book right here, with my hand over, and kind of just try to use my holy powers to commune to any god of fire, destruction, or whatever.
Please stop.
And be like,
Who's your god again? Titanus?
Titanus.
Titanus?
I can't remember what it was.
Titanus.
That was holy?
Titanus?
Should I look that up? Because I don't remember what god he is again.
The god of war
God of War?
and dragons.
God of War and Dragons, right? Alright. I guess there's nothing he can do for this. Is there?
Perhaps he could bless you with an extra powerful dragon breath.
Ooh, okay. Alright, so I'm going to...
Don't see how that'd be useful right now.
well, you know.
Wow.
If I,
Fight fire with fire, am I right?
Hold on.
Lightning with fire.
I'm gonna think here.
Okay.
Cause a chain reaction, right? I have a lightning breath. My first action, I'm going to try survey the land and see. Besides this, there's a pond right there. Is there any other water source around? Do I have to do that, or
No, the pond is the closest source of water.
fucker? All right. You know what I'm gonna do? All right, I'm gonna.
This is for my own entertainment. This doesn't have to be. If it doesn't work out, it won't matter. Just roll the d20 for me, please. I'm not kidding.
I love
For
Matt
what?
so
For
much.
what?
Just roll it.
I love Matt
Add
so
nothing.
much.
Just roll it.
I love
Please.
Matt so
For
much.
you.
Yes.
There's
This.
something.
Please, dear God.
17.
Nah, nothing.
Needs to
Ah,
shit.
Something would have happened if you rolled 20. I would have
Alright,
said
so
that. I'll
what
say
I want
that.
to do is I want to commune to Titanus, I don't know. And
I don't know my god's name.
Pray-
Alright, good
pray-
job on ruining the joke immediately,
title.
jackass.
pray
I wanted to see
that-
how long it would take us for someone to be like, Titanus? Titanus? Titan?
I didn't even come up with that. But anyway, I want to pray to him to empower my lightning breath. That if I shock the pond hard enough,
It will launch the water.
launch the water. Only if. Ready? I'm pressured.
You gotta get a 20.
Oh, that looked like a 1.
I thought you got a 1.
A fire dragon shows up and burns the rest of the crop field.
Right.
No, what did you get?
7.
Okay,
The pond.
you just kind of get on your knees and pray like an idiot. Nothing happens.
Why do you gotta make fun of me?
Then the farmer, the guy walks outside and sees his barn on
God
fire.
is dead.
Okay.
Alrighty, so
So Turalian kind of wasted his time. You just got there, so let's go to
Help
Zars.
me! And everyone's like, this.
I want to observe if there's an obvious way out.
Well, there's the front door.
Exactly, exactly. I mean,
What?
I just want to see if that's a clear path.
Hey guys.
Yes, it's clear.
It's clear, so then
I don't
just
think you
walk
need-
out.
Chris-
Yeah, you just walk out. You don't need to
Christian,
roll.
Christian.
The problem is putting it out because the
Yo.
guy's
Oh,
gonna.
wait.
The roof is on fire. The roof is on fire. We don't need your water, let the motherfucker burn. Burn, motherfucker, burn.
Anyway, go ahead with your turn.
Okay.
We should play that song.
I'm just gonna walk out.
Like
That song
IRL.
was Warcraft. That was awesome.
If you want to follow the paladin
The
route, you
long
could
party,
pray to Ayana,
moonlight
the god
pants.
of nature, and hope for something. The elvish god, goddess.
I mean, what have they offered us to put out the fire? I mean, like,
For the job itself, they're offering you guys 200 gold each.
Each?
yeah, but like
Mhm.
that's just collateral damage.
You know
per
how
se.
many hookers that?
You are
That's just collateral damage.
lawful
I'm
good.
lawful good.
You are lawful good.
You
Please
mean
remember
nice
that.
women you could pick up.
I want to respect women by giving
I
them money.
guess.
Respect the women.
I guess
I'm gonna buy an
ask
orphan
for-
and kill him.
I guess I pray then.
It's good that
After
you're not
I'm out of the
lawful
barn,
good.
I pray.
At least you're
What?
contributing
It's
to
good
the
you're not lawful good.
society's
Well,
economics.
Plus what?
At
I'll
least
tell
you're
you what.
contributing to society's economics. by
Some
giving
help
gray
them out, help
clouds
them out.
appear over the
Nice.
area. I'll say that for now. Drek, it's your turn. Let's see what the fuck you can do.
Alright, so I
Lightning
see
the clouds.
gray clouds. I see fire. And kind of just thinking, how do I cover up our tracks? So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna walk over
How
to
do
the
I
barrel.
avoid paying the insurance companies?
I put the torch in his hand, kind of like
In the Pharaoh's hand?
yes, and just so I'm gonna tap to the boat.
Dead
I'm tapping to the boat. We're going. I'm chaotic neutral, so we're going. I have
Okay.
precision. I know how to handle this.
Alright, are you
situation.
guys gonna fall? Are you going to the stables now?
We're going, guys. This is beyond.
This is a lost cause. We've done enough.
Don't talk. I don't want to hear it.
Troy's prayed, Christian's prayed. That's all we can do.
Yeah, they're both on their knees, just like.
When
You're lawful good.
I kind of just for some reason seeing this lightning electrocute the water in my failed effort to make something work, it reminds me of when my brother died,
And you just kind of have a flashback.
and I just do it again, and I pray really loudly,
Okay.
and I roll again just to try.
Okay.
10.
That hit the
That's
pencil.
that's.
It starts to rain,
Oh!
I don't think
and
it's gonna
the
stop
fire
the
starts going out.
Oh,
Starts
okay.
going on.
Starts calming
So
down.
it's still like.
You better pay us extra for this.
Yeah.
Hey man, we brought that rainstorm.
We might have burned it down, but
They
it
better
also,
pay us extra
we
because fire
also
started.
stopped it.
I
Alright,
say,
so it's
I
starting to
say
rain now.
we have to stand in front of like where his house, like where he would be, right, looking at the barn, right, and just paint the most realistic picture we can of what the barn used to look like. So when he looks out his window, that's all he sees.
That's the lawful
It's
good.
like the
He's
wi-
I can't
it's like
leave
the
this. I gotta do something
Hey,
at least.
dude, I have persuasion. I have persuasion. We can do it.
You have the wily
like, if
coyote
we
like
all get
paint the brick
berries-
into the paint the wall out into the road.
And he insists that we go to the barn. And he walks into it, right?
We can do this.
Come
Drake.
on, God.
Just gets all red all over him because it wasn't
Where's the
dry
door
yet.
hole? It's right there. I painted it with magic marker. You were supposed to cut it out with the power saw.
Oh, just go get the power saw.
Okay.
So go get the power saw. Yeah, I will. I see the problem. Oh, do ya? Oh, do ya? Alright, well,
back to the
sadly,
plan, I
your
guess.
characters don't have access to canvas and paint, so you can't do that right now.
But if I combine my water skin with blood and just mix it around,
I am determined.
Stop us some grapes. I don't know. We gotta do this.
My brother would want me
Alright,
to
can we
do this.
please move along so they're not leaving after killing one goddamn feral?
Alright,
Can we,
can we go back to killing these things?
Alright,
okay, is
please.
it Burial or who's?
Burial.
Yeah, Burial's turn.
Yes.
Okay, so
You just got up from falling on your ass.
and also getting shot.
Yeah.
So how many ferals are left? There's one stuck
2.
in the stomach, and the other one's perfectly fine. With an arrow.
How much health do you have?
Cleat.
Yeah.
Bow and arrow. You gonna attack something or?
Do I fly into a rage?
Once I get to you, I can heal you.
Yeah. Do you think it's a good idea to fly into a
Like 2 turns later.
Should probably do a raid.
Wait,
Garrick
do we
is
have a
still
healer in our party?
Technically, Will was the
Will was
healer.
the healer.
I have
He's the
heals.
cleric.
I have heals, but he's the healer.
I guess we don't have to learn spells then for healing. We don't really have any healers.
Warlocks don't really learn healing
Well, my
spells.
only heal right
Kind
now.
of, I believe.
I heal myself.
At level 1, I have lay
You
on
can
hands.
probably learn to drain someone's life and put it in another object.
That's true.
At level 1, I have lay on hands that
Like
deals a
Gul'dan.
set 5 HP.
That's pretty late.
Okay.
That's good for now.
Yeah, you could lay
So
your
at
hands
this
on
point, the feral's above me.
Yes, both ferals are above you. One,
Oh, they're both alive.
Yeah.
I thought-
one's got your javelin in its stomach
Okay.
and is about to fire slowly, like it's like, and the other one's literally got his bow drawn, and is about to shoot you.
Okay, so first of all, I fly into a rage.
All right, here we go.
I let out like.
And this lasts 10 turns. 10 turns of your combat. So it completely goes around to you, and on the 10th time, your rage is done.
Okay.
But then you're at 1 level of exhaustion,
Okay.
which means
dude, I
level
thought-
1 exhaustion means your speed is cut in half,
What?
so you can travel half your distance until you take a short rest or a long rest.
Look, can I go get him?
Because I think a short rest
No.
disables 1 level of exhaustion, while a long rest disables a full all the way. You're back to being fully, woo, like I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I kind of needed to fly into rage. I have 4 HP.
Yeah.
You know, you always
So I guess I'll take another javelin.
Okay, yeah, throw another d20. That's good. Okay. Yeah, that hits. So roll your d6 for your and add your dex modifier.
4.
Okay, so which one are you gonna hit? The
wait,
one
four,
with your
four,
javelin in it from before, or the?
Are you gonna hit the wounded
It's actually
one with the
5.
javelin, or-
That's a 5.
Are you gonna hit the wounded one that you hurt before, or
one
the?
is like aiming at me. One hasn't been like touched.
Okay, yeah. So, the javelin that you throw at that one actually goes through its arm and completely cuts it off.
Ooh.
But he drops his bow, but then he looks like he's like screeching in pain. All right, so now the other feral is gonna go, and it's actually gonna try the one with the javelin, and it's gonna fire at you. Actually, no, it's gonna fire at Vlor's. Does an 11 hit your armor?
No.
All right, it misses. And it's now Vlor's turn.
Did you roll initiative for the 3 in my phone?
No, I did not. Not yet. When we get to you, I'll do that.
Alright, once again, I'll just
Can I go
blast.
first before that?
Yeah.
Your turn. What you wanna do?
Does a 10 hit?
Yes, 10 hits.
How the fuck you get a 10 from that? That's so low.
I have
You do an Eldritch Blast,
plus
right?
3 bonus for charisma and then a plus 2 for skill. 13.
For next time, I'll bring shit.
13 damage?
Yeah.
Wow, for Eldritch
So
Blast?
felt that kind of
So
shit.
modifiers too.
Alright, so you're hitting the one with the... Those are both wounded.
Are you?
Yeah, you kill it.
Just like
Same thing. You cackle your Eldritch energy, and it's almost like when you see the bolt hit the rib cage of the feral, you see its bones all just go... No, not out. They like impale. Yeah, it's like you crush... It's like an elephant just crushed his chest, and then he flies back and he's gone.
Like out of existence. Like.
Yeah, he just fell back further onto the roof, and you can't even see him anymore. So the last feral is gonna go. Actually, this one is the one with 1 arm. So it's actually gonna try to pounce, and it's gonna pounce on you.
Damn.
And it fails.
Imagine you die, like already.
I'm so close.
You're almost dead.
I'm so.
Do you know how
fucking
many
close.
health points I have?
Now,
No, not you.
Garrick, you are facing 3 ferals with 3 health points, but you get to attack first.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Well, you get an action first, so
What?
Yeah.
Such a stupid
you
idiot.
could.
Stupid idiot.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You think that's funny? Oh yeah. You know what happens to stupid idiots like you? You know what happens?
You know,
You just made the list.
You know, I'm not a stupid guy. I'm not.
Are you gonna
I'm not
grow
a
back
minus
out?
one intelligence
You know what?
person.
I'm just gonna say it.
I know when I'm out.
I don't care that you broke your elbow.
Oh my god.
So
I don't care.
I really don't give a shit that you broke your elbow. Not at all. I don't care. I'm sorry.
So are you gonna retreat back outside? Because then if you do that, you could still attack the one that attempted pouncing. Now it's off the roof because it tried to pounce.
Yeah, I guess then I'd
Walk in and be like, oh, feral.
yeah, I'll be like, I'm a run in, guys. There's, and then I see this one and I'm like, oh.
All right, so roll.
Yep.
Just like a Batman.
You miss.
11 plus.
You hit it.
Okay, cool.
So just roll your
I'm
basic
gonna hit it with my hand action. Just go like bop.
right in the neck.
1d6. Yep. 1d6. Right in the neck. Fucker. 3 plus. Would I add my dexterity or no?
Yeah, and proficiency if you have proficiency in like martial weaponry or simple weaponry, because a hand axe is a simple
7.
weapon. Yeah, that kills it.
Yes.
You cut its head clean off. You just and it's just and all of its life just leaves its body, and then just for the hell of it, you're just chop again, and then its head comes off.
Just go like.
You're pissed off that you got hurt a little bit, so.
Guys, in there, 3 more. Deal with them.
So, can I use
And
my
then you
athletics
both
to
look
get
at
out?
him. Michael is fucking eviscerating people. God damn.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point, you three, you were still making your way to the stable, or did you guys?
We're heading to the stable. I'm heading to the
There's
stable.
still-
We prayed and the rain
That's
came.
not milk.
So
Stop. I
we're,
know that's a
both
move,
of us
right?
are
Yes,
heading
okay.
that
Drek,
You scared me.
you're here now. You're here now.
way. So I hear him point in there. Battle sense. I'm gonna use athletics to jump right into there and just see what's
Just
going on.
swing
No, athletics to jump into
Okay.
like the barn.
into the stables.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, it's a reach.
So now I roll?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
It's a strength check because you're gonna kick down an iron door. So.
Let's see. I got a 17 plus 3.
Oh, you kick the fuck out of that iron door down. You like do a jumping like karate Bruce Lee kick and just dang, and it was like the door. Like I like to think if it was like a show or a cartoon or something. Garrick would come and was like, guys, in there. 3 more with the camera focused on him, and then it zooms out a little, and then we hear Drek in the back like, I got it, and he just flies in. Yeah, you go in, but to your absolute disbelief, there are no ferals in there anymore. Only the carcasses of the dead horses.
You guys are injured. There's a house on fire. Come here. Leave for 1 second. And this is just going on.
I'd like to see who turns out to be the leader of this party.
Edward
Drek
walks
is,
back.
I
and
think
he's
Drek
like,
is a good component.
I went to sleep for an hour.
You goddamn kids! I slept for a fucking hour and I wake up to this
I
bullshit.
think I'm gonna be the Batman of the show system.
Joke's on you. Batman wears his fucking underwear over his pants, you fucking nerd. Fucking nerd. Everybody point and laugh at Batman.
Batman also has a plan to kill every member of the Justice League.
Well, I was just shut up, man.
Alright,
I'll just fuck off
so
and go.
Drek,
actually
you do jump in, but you have one more action, so
Not gonna lie, I was
there are no
Have them,
ferals.
explain what happened.
You're gonna go back outside?
Yep, we're gonna gather up the crew. We're just hearing what happened.
And actually, at this point, you two are walking up to the stables. Toralian and Zars. You guys walk up to the stable now, and now you guys are all together outside with all the prized horses of this gnome dead and butchered. What was that for?
the camera.
Now they know.
What happened?
Nothing.
Okay.
You're gonna get flagged.
What'd you do? Oh, God.
Or 1 viewer.
All right, but anyway, you guys.
I just saw it. You're
Wait. DM.
So you guys are all together now outside of the stable. Feel free to discuss your all individual findings about what's going on. You could discuss the missing ferals.
and
They
such.
have my cuts
Alright.
right now.
What happened? Where did they go?
Hands up.
So none of you guys have any healing abilities or. Oh yeah,
We
this
have
is
one
this is
healer.
also your chance to heal really quick or do anything you need
I
to
have a
do.
self-healing ability and I'm fine, so.
Can anyone heal anybody else?
I can.
I'm kind of limping out here.
I'm
Yeah, he
assuming
fell
by
down,
now
broke
I'm
his
dead,
ass,
right?
got shot in the shoulder. He haven't had a good day.
I haven't had a good day.
Matt.
And at this point, it's approximately noon.
Well,
Oh,
what?
man.
Alright, we never really figured out what.
Explain.
What did they do at the stables? Was the horses
three.
killed or?
The horses were all
Three
killed
ghouls and
inside.
Ghouls and
All of them.
devouring
Tell me.
horse.
But were
The
they
ferals,
skinned?
not ghouls.
Ferals.
Were the horses?
Ferals. I got out of there as soon as I can because I didn't have the I didn't have the.
You looked roughed up a bit, so I do believe you because I have no reason for you to lie to me.
Exactly.
What do you
Actually,
say right now?
this break also gives me a good idea to hand out some inspiration die.
Oh,
I'm gonna
yes.
hand out one to Troy for deciding to pray and using his divine sense. I'm gonna give one to Mike for his badass kills. And I'm
I
gonna
feel like
give
this is
one-
stickers in kindergarten.
You feel like a what?
It's like a sticker in kindergarten, right?
Except you could use it to save your ass. And you can give your die to each other if
How much
you,
does
someone
a guy
really needs
cost
it.
too big?
And I'm gonna give one to Garrick for his tracking of the ferals and his knowledge of the rituals.
And when we roll, what does it do for us?
Go to the back.
You can use it for literally anything. It's a reroll for anything. That is a d20.
Oh.
So like if it was a 1.
You use your inspiration
I'm
die.
actually gonna
Oh, so I
put
just
that in
keep
my
it till,
inventory.
Or if
Yes,
you
you
like, fail
keep
something
it.
you really
Forget.
wanted to do.
You
If
spend
fail
it and
something
then you
you
give
really
it back to
wanted
me.
So like,
You could give it to someone else if you want to. Most people don't, obviously.
I'm just
But,
gonna put
yeah.
it in my inventory so I know
Yeah.
I have it.
Well,
For next time if I don't
Honestly,
use it.
no, just keep it
Just-
here.
Well,
just
if I
keep
don't, no, if I don't use it today, you know,
Yeah,
next
exactly.
Keep it with your shit. I don't care because
Well, write
these
it down.
dice,
Yeah, write it down in case you don't use it this
Like,
session.
I don't use it this session.
I literally don't care. You can take that home with you.
No, it's
take
alright.
that piece. No, keep it with your shit, right?
Alright.
If you lose it, that's on you. But you
Okay.
can keep that because these D20 I don't care about.
Where did I just put? I
Where did
lost
you
it.
already fucking lost it? That's right there. Yeah,
I
keep it with your
don't
shit.
know what that says.
Alright, well, I'm not gonna bother them rating it. Actually,
Oh, sorry, I'm standing up. But yeah, while they're doing their thing, you guys want to talk about what's been going, what your next plan of action is, where?
Okay, so here's my game plan of what we do.
Because at this point, you guys
we
have
really
killed
don't have
4
an idea
ferals.
what's happening. For the most, like we know there's a ceremony, but that's kind of all we know. Like we
A
really
ritual.
don't know shit.
We need to find the ferals. Us three. Alright, so fucking Veligard and.
You can
Lars.
also investigate the feral's body. Like one
Lars.
fell off and one's dead.
Lars? Okay.
I thought all they had were linen cloth.
Maybe they have
No,
something
it's
else
Lars.
to them. I'm just saying.
Okay, I would like to search their
sorry.
corpses for like maybe a book of ritual,
Oh, that's a good idea. That's a
Right?
good idea. Don't worry about it. That just has to do with him.
Okay.
It doesn't affect the rest of the party.
I was thinking, man.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you're the only one that can do that.
Just give a yes or no.
No, anyone can do it.
Really?
I literally don't care if
I
it's
just-
yes or no, but just let
Better
me know.
watch out. I'm gonna inject you with HIV while you
Sure,
sleep.
we can do that.
Okay.
As soon as we're done with this.
How you
Sweet.
know I don't have
Okay.
How do you not know I don't have super?
Okay, so why don't we,
I said that so
you know, figure out what you guys are gonna do next.
So what I'm thinking is our game plan is.
And remember, you like talk as your character.
Troitian. I want
Troitian.
Wow.
Troitian? How do you
Terralian.
Terralian. What I want you to do is take
T-Town
those two
Musket.
back and make sure they're, all patched up. We're gonna go look for the ferals. If you guys
Okay.
are opposed,
Did you lose any health?
He's talking about
Did
Belial.
you lose any health?
I'm talking about Belial
I'm
and
above
Garrick.
losing health.
What's your health at?
4.
I
What
mean,
is
how banged
hell?
up were you? They really got you, huh?
They got me a
Give
couple
me
times
some-
there.
Just say it again. 4. 4.
So how do you? It's just funny. It's like
No,
you're not
it's
supposed to use like the numbers, right? It's like
No, but where are you at
Out of
physically?
4 out of 12, I'm feeling like kind of like a 4.
Metagaming to a new level.
Alright, so I'm gonna
It's kind of
tell.
hard 'cause you switch in and out of like your character.
agreeing with Drek, I kind of over it, and I use my inspiration dice to heal Garrick.
Oh, Smart.
Now, am I technically, do I... How do I say this? Do I have to roll for the heal to work? Or
No,
am I
no, no.
healing-
It's just it works. You don't have to roll your
How much am
d20
I
for that.
healing for then?
Well, it depends. I think lay on hands is like you get 10 points a day
Oh, so I
to
just use
spend
lay
in
on
any
hands right
way.
now?
Yeah.
Then why am I using my inspiration dice?
Then don't. I don't know why you are. That's why I was very confused when you said I will use my
No, because
inspiration.
I wanted to do 2 different heals. I was going to use my inspiration dice for him and then lay on hands him.
Well, isn't lay on hands just like a d10?
No,
No, this is
it's
a 5.
Base
it's
5.
times 5, whatever your level is at the time.
Okay. So are you saying you want an inspiration die to see if you can do it again, or just
Sure.
is lay on hands a cantrip or is it a spell?
Technically, I think it's a spell. Didn't say. It did not say.
What do you mean it doesn't say?
How does
Didn't
it
say
say?
online.
I think it's a
Where was the
cantrip.
It was
category?
under abilities. It didn't say if it was cantrip or not.
Oh, abilities. Then I think you can only use
That's
it
only a spell.
once
Once
after a long rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a good idea if you use your inspiration die to try to
All right.
earn another
circumvent
healing.
Lay on
right?
hands. I
Yeah.
heal you for 5, and I'm gonna use my inspiration dice. And I guess if it is his armor class,
I guess
then-
that's
then
fair.
we'll- all right. Well, this is.
And I tell you
this
what,
is
I'll give you an
shit.
advantage
Alright,
because
because he's 15, so this kind of sucks. That was almost an 18, motherfucker. 14 shitballs!
It hit the
Sorry,
pouch.
Bush.
Oh wait,
It
it,
hit the pouch.
wait, you meant like hit 15?
Yeah, to heal him.
Like directly?
Yeah.
That's stupid. Why would it do that?
Well, I asked you when you fucking.
Well, I
16.
didn't think, I thought you meant like I thought you meant like for it to pass over 15.
Like healing, like wise, you like
Yeah,
healing
what the
15
fuck?
health.
Alright, do I just roll? And if it's high enough, you're like, okay, it works? Alright, I'll do
I
that.
guess so, yeah, because you can only it's an ability you use once a day.
Let's figure out what we're doing before you waste that inspiration die.
Yes, I am rolling.
Son.
Okay.
I'm
Roll higher than his armor class and you'll heal him 5 points.
What's your armor class?
Fucking
15.
sad. Hold on.
15?
I'm gonna flick it. Boom.
11.
Fuck, alright, no.
Alright, well.
So here's my inspiration dice.
Good spend, bro.
Sorry, Lowell.
Thank you.
Barile is fucked up
Alright,
though.
now us 3 are just walking back to town. Go ahead,
Okay.
guys. We gotta wrap it up.
It gives you a weak smile.
Yeah, we got 10
Well,
minutes.
I guess at
14 minutes.
Let's head back to the farm.
Why
you
don't-
guys go back
why
to
don't,
town?
why don't you guys
I'll
just
do the guy.
do a perception to investigate the
So
area,
11 to 10.
just so I can wrap this part up because the quest is not going to be done in time.
Yeah, so let's just.
Wait, are we going to sleep?
Well, you 3 are, aren't you? Going back to
We're
the
going back to town.
Perception, you said?
or to the farmhouse, or whatever.
Okay, so I guess.
It's
you
noon,
know-
so we're just going back.
Yeah, it's just me and Christian going, right? Are you guys
Us
gonna
three.
continue after?
It's
Oh,
us
us
three.
three.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, I got a 7.
I'm confused.
So you
They
just
are still at the
Oh, okay, I got
fucking
you.
stables.
stuff.
You,
Yes.
you, and you are all going back to the farmhouse.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
These 3 are still investigating the area.
Gotcha.
So,
You don't have to roll, Christian.
no, if they're rolling perception,
Yeah,
just
no,
Okay,
check
we
the
don't
area.
have to roll.
Yeah, I rolled
We
a
don't
fif-
have to roll.
I rolled a 15.
I hit the bag.
7.
I rolled a 15.
You find well as you kind of look around the side of the
Oh.
stable, you find recent feral tracks heading into the woods.
Okay.
Alright, well, we're not gonna have time, so we might as well just wait.
Yeah.
Alright, so you guys head back. I'm just gonna go look.
Okay.
Lone wolf trait coming in close.
Look into the
Oh,
woods.
whoa, whoa, you can't command me to walk back. I figured we'd all go back
I find it
together,
funny
but
how
no,
the
I'm
lone
gonna
wolf
go.
character has become like the leader. I'm like, what
No,
the
no,
hell?
I'm heading then. I'm going with
Yeah, I
you.
don't know.
Can't just be like, no, go back, it's fine, I'll go.
So you're just looking into the woods?
Yep, I'm gonna go.
Okay,
in the
look.
woods.
Are you going in?
Going in? Yeah, I'm going in the woods.
Oh, okay.
We don't have time.
I know
you
we
know
don't
what?
have time. It's
Go-
a
go
good
for it.
to be continued moment.
Ah, spooky.
Spoopy. Spoopy.
Alright, so I guess we'll just leave it at that. You guys head back to the farmhouse and then you're gonna head out once you guys patch yourselves up a little bit.
And I'm
So-
heading in the woods.
Well, that's kind of it. I mean, 2 hours 46 minutes. We got a lot of
Was
introduction.
it really that long?
Yeah.
It didn't feel like that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, normally I feel like the beginning kind of is like.
It's the longest part.
Oh, yeah.
It's the
beginning of a
longest by
campaign
far.
is slow.
Mm-hmm.
You have
Did
to
we
get
get
into
any
it.
experience?
Oh yes, totally.
Well, it's also because we fuck. It's also because
You
we
guys
fuck around
need
so
a
much.
300, right? Let's give you guys all 75.
Leveling. We
So
don't
everybody gets
probably-
75 experience.
Okay, so it's not based on who killed who.
Yeah,
it's just based
it's
on experience.
based on
Yeah,
everybody.
I prefer that better actually
Okay.
than.
Yeah, me too.
So
I hate it
Gore,
when everyone is-
Godslayer doesn't
Yeah.
end up 7 levels higher than
Tassius, the healer.
Tassius, the main healer. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
We're going back to town though, right?
Yeah. Unless you want to go to the farmhouse
So,
and probably
that's
hang out
great.
there.
So we can focus on other things of it, you know, the other stuff like role playing and stuff like that, and not
Yeah,
worrying
instead
about who
of-
gets the kill and everything
Yeah.
like that. I think that's good.
Back to the
I
town.
like that.
Yeah.
You know.
So Gore isn't killing everything
You
in the
remember?
entire game, and no one else has a point.
You don't remember?
I remember.
I fucking destroyed those guys. So I did. Oh my god, it was so fun.
Do you remember?
Do you
Yeah, you want to do
remember?
that? All right. So Ryan's really
Gay.
pushing you guys. All right. Well, he kind of wants to head back to town to actually pick up some supplies. So, do you guys want to do that too?
I mean, we don't really have
And then
gold to
probably
do
stay
it.
at the inn for another night, because you guys probably rented it out for a couple of nights. So.
In that case, yeah, but I don't have money to like buy anything really.
So if anything,
Can
I
I,
guess we
can
should
I
just
rent
do.
a separate room?
Well, how about this? You guys head back to Gormley.
Is there a king's?
And you inform him of the
Investigate for
demonology
orphans
and the
and
ferals. So he says, "How well?" And you tell them that they got away now. Now that you guys are all back, so they'll be like, "How about I'll pay
Probably
you
basis.
some of your money so you could get yourself some more equipment when you go into the woods
Okay.
to venture on."
Okay, so how much gold pieces do we get?
He'll give you 100 gold now,
Awesome.
and seeming how much more of a threat this seems to be, he'll increase the pay afterwards from the starting 200
$4,000.
to 300.
Okay, that's
So
good.
you'll
we
earn
get
200 after the quest is done.
Awesome.
So you're in
We're
your
buying
actual
an orphanage.
reward after you're done.
Better.
Yeah. So you guys now all have 100 gold.
I think we should also get 400 for saving the barn from the
Did we save the barn?
ravage.
Please don't try to
ravage
persuade.
feral.
Yeah, these fucking pharaohs decided to just set it on fire.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
Roll deception.
Deception. Yeah.
Oh, no, I have a-
Christian, don't roll that.
I have
No,
I have a
it's fine, let him do
deception.
it.
Wait, who has charisma?
I have
Oh,
me.
God.
No, I have a +5 in deception.
And Christian doesn't any. No, but you weren't there at the barn, were you?
I have better rolls than
I thought
You
it was.
you were on your way to the stables at that point.
13,
No,
12.
when it was burnt.
Laugh if you had a
No, when it was on
I
fire.
better
it was.
rolls than you.
I was there when it was on fire.
Where's
12,
my D20?
Cause I was. Yeah,
No,
I
remember
was
you
there when
were
it was
at the
on
stable house.
fire. No, when it was on fire, I was there.
Where the hell
You
is
had
my
just
normal
started.
D20?
Oh, when it
On the
started.
floor?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, not when it was completely on fire. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
If you gave it as an
computer's dying.
Only the hay was on fire.
Where the
Did you
hell
give it
is
as
my
an
normal
inspiration?
D20?
What are you looking for?
My normal D20. I don't know where I put it.
Your keys are on the floor.
We're doing
I know that.
No, his are.
Which one?
You didn't put it in there, did you?
No.
Is it under here?
Oh, that's it.
Is that it? Oh my god, you did put it in there. You little
Whoopsies.
twat. You little twat.
All right, so you got a 12,
You
right?
little twat.
Well, he was gonna get like a +3 because he's a.
11.
No.
And it's.
Oh,
he still
yeah.
doesn't.
He's just like, no.
Oh, wait, you got an 18?
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-mm.
I thought you
But-
had an 18.
All right, so you guys are
Oh,
you guys are back in the inn for now, and you'll get supplies right after.
I want to
but
investigate.
Terralion actually has something he wants to kind of share with all y'all.
What?
Well, it depends. It only depends. What
Depends.
time is it?
Oh, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Then
Is
I
it really?
can't share it yet.
Damn.
He's a vampire.
No.
Okay.
All right, well, it's gonna have to wait. I'm sorry.
Okay, then.
all good.
Well, I guess it's time to rest up and we'll start again.
I want to investigate and see if Garrick's gay.
I want to buy something.
Stop.
We're gonna wait till next time, dude, because
His name is Garrick, not Gareth.
I said
That's
Garrick.
his to my campaign, sorry.
Stop it.
Because he actually was gay.
So-
I was.
Oh yeah.
all right. So I
Alright,
guess
well,
this
I'm
is
gonna get back.
concluded
Can I
episode 1
legitimately
of.
buy a different room.
Hey,
though?
Troy, can I get a bag for these?
I don't know,
Give me a
man.
minute, give me a minute.
If you
Alright,
want
I'll
to,
want one.
it'll cost you 10 gold.
Sure.
For
Okay, add subtract 10 gold. I guess this
Why are you
concludes
giving me
episode
one
1 of
Because it all
Veligard
shared.
Volume 2. If we ever stream it again, probably will. Yeah.
What, you
So,
beat your
next
meat in
time.
private?
I've been Matt, the
It's just
DM.
that you guys
Toodles.
beat your meat yesterday.